Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Rules, and this is the Nerdic podcast, episode 158. Joining me, as always, Daniel Navaroli.
What's up, gamers?
Also joining us, the returning Steven Sims.
Right. This is Toco Life World. Roxy, explain Toco Life World.
His daughter Roxy is going to explain to us
Right,
what game she's playing.
What do we do on this game?
What's going on there?
Yeah, we can.
It's like a coloring book. Okay.
So obviously,
Okay.
they are our own characters. We can make houses like I'm doing right now.
Okay.
You can make houses.
Okay, I see. So you can put little pieces of furniture. I see an exercise bike.
Where are the people? Where are the people?
There's people now. NPCs. Okay.
Well, you have to play as
okay.
a character.
Get the people in quick.
Roxy, do you know the frame rate of this game?
So these are all the people.
And
The
they're
game
all the
doesn't have a
people.
frame rate.
And
What do
then
you mean
like
it
what
doesn't
people
have a
do, what kids do
There's
on
loose
YouTube, right?
animations.
So we get like what 100 views, 150 views a week, right? These kids, yeah, all they do is they do
1,000.
this. They do this. They go, oh my god, I can't believe my puppy's got a puppy. And then this kid's like, yeah, your puppy's so gross. And then she goes and sits over there. And then this guy's like, oh my god, you're so lame. And then he goes into this scene over here, right?
Can you put the other one on the bike?
In one about yeah.
Can he ride the bike?
That's what I'm asking. Yeah. Can you go on the exercise bike?
Is this like a simulator?
Yeah.
How does this compare to 2 Point Campus?
Look at him. He's on the bike.
Right, Roxy, the all important question. Out of 10, what would you give this game? 10 being good, 1 being not very good.
Tell her to
10
use
out of
decimals too.
10.
10 out of 10 for Toco Life
10
World.
out of
10
10.
out of 10,
Wow. Wow, that's the highest rated game we've had on this show.
See you later.
I don't think so.
Awesome. Way to go. Way to go. All right, everyone. Go check out Tucker Live World. We'll
Toco
check you
Life World.
next week. Okay, bye. Nah.
We're now a Tucker Live World YouTube channel.
Dude, we
Mate,
probably
I've
get
seen the
way more
views, man.
fucking
I'm telling
views.
you now. I'm interested.
It'd probably be way more popular. I'd have to shave my beard though, because it's gonna look kind of creepy with a bunch of 5-year-olds
Mm,
watching us. With,
Sure.
Sims 2. All right, guys. Well, that was a hell of a way to
I'm
kick off
fine.
this show.
By the way, hi, you're right. Yeah.
We weren't gonna ask, and I just assume you are at this point. Daniel, how are you though? I'm really concerned about your mental state and well-being.
I'm okay. I'm
Seems
okay.
on the
Tired.
I'm
Very tired. But I'm good.
Fine. Take a nap right now.
No, I don't take naps. I'm good.
I don't take
Yeah.
naps as well. I respect that, Daniel.
Ruin
Sleep when you-
my bad sleep schedule will be ruined with a nap.
You guys
Sleep
don't know
when
how
you're
to live.
Nah, man.
It's not like a nice nap where like you plan on laying down for like 30 minutes and you wake up like 6 hours later. And
Yeah,
you're just
you
like,
wake up like
where
you
the fuck am I?
time
you know?
traveled.
I love it.
Yeah, no one
That's
wants
the
that.
best sleep though, you know?
No, it's not.
It is though. You
You
know?
wake up like you missed a day and you've time traveled into the
And
future.
you're always
and-
dehydrated.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not
dehydrated.
really dehydrated.
Always
I'm
Your
with
dehydrated.
you,
mouth's
son.
just a little dry.
I'm with you.
Like, woke up, like,
Well-
what the fuck happened?
Guys, it's been
What?
another busy week in the world of video games.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Yeah.
shit going on in Tucker Live World, so it's always a busy week.
That game's cost me a fortune.
Apparently, a smelly
Has it
dog.
really?
Uh-huh.
Oh man, I can't even imagine the microtransactions going on in there.
It's just
Yeah,
like
it's
you buy
mobile game.
packs. They're all cheap though, like £1 here, £1 there.
Mm,
Yeah, but that adds
yeah,
up.
60
Come on,
pounds
man.
later.
It's definitely about £60. And like on her birthday, she's just gonna roll that iPad out. It's like, Dad, it's my birthday. I
Mm.
want this.
Tucker Live World.
Google Chrome, they made that shit easy as well.
Make that money. All right, guys. Well, first up, PSVR 2 reviews have hit the web just a couple hours ago. We're going to do a little review roundup here.
Yeah.
First up, then, IGN gave it a 9. Games Radar gave it 4.5. And The Verge gave it a 7 out of 10. That is for the console in all. So, not the games yet. We'll get into the games in a minute.
Yeah. Seems like
But
everyone.
guys, how we feeling
kinda-
about these reviews? We go on the Metacritic to try to read off. So.
Sure. Yeah. It seems like the hardware people are pretty happy with a lot of the hardware stuff. It seems like the eye tracking and all the kind of the new bits and bobs to the tech is pretty good. The controllers apparently are a little small, and I guess if you have bigger hands, it kind of might bump up against the ring around it. which seems a little off.
Listen,
You know,
maybe they
who's
weren't
not
really.
gonna have any problems with that at
me.
all? It's Sims.
In all seriousness, though, like Paris Lily, like, I'm sure me and Paris Lily have got big hands,
Yeah.
and he was struggling to hold that controller.
Yeah, he was having a hard time.
Like,
It seems like they've
putting his
kind of
hand in
made
a
this.
cup. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not a
Yeah.
big fan of that.
Seems like maybe they made it for more of a Japanese audience, which is a little off because that's not their only market, right? Like they should think of
Are
it
you
more.
saying Japanese people have small hands?
Man.
Yeah.
Wow.
And on average,
that's getting
on
quoted on
average,
Twitter today. Like,
Racist.
sure, I don't. Yeah,
Cancel
on
Daniel.
average, Japanese hands are going to be smaller than
Wow.
an American hand.
Wow, I can't believe you said that. All right, so the reviews are pretty good. It's looking pretty decent. I know none of us are getting this at launch. Does this compel either of you to go out and get one anytime soon?
What would compel me is the software, and we can talk about that in just a second.
I don't compel me the fucking price point. Let me tell you.
I mean, the price points for sure. It's very expensive, and not having software that really appeals to me is just even, yeah. So no, really, I don't know if I will get this.
Sims?
Not a chance.
Not a chance.
£500 a lot of money, man, for something that you're not gonna play.
Yeah, it's $550 for us.
Oh,
It's more expensive than the console. It's crazy.
Yeah, I pretty much
it's
feel the same.
ridiculous.
I've never even put on a VR unit, and this doesn't motivate me to go out and try one at all. So it's like, whatever. Good reviews, cool. We always knew the tech was good, right? We've known that since the specs came out. That this is pretty good tech. I do wonder how quickly this will age, right? Like, will a new VR thing be out in a year or two, and it's like, okay, this is already pretty old comparatively to what comes out in the future.
Yeah, I think they probably should have not tried to make a higher end VR headset. I don't know. I feel like they should have maybe fought more in the Quest mindset. Make it wireless, make it not needing to attach to the PlayStation. Make it a PlayStation device but not be tied to the console, and just try to fight for the Quest. Fight in that audience. I think that would have been smarter.
Or they could just or they could just keep making like first party games and put them on the Quest.
Or do that.
Do that,
yeah.
man. What a waste of time and effort this is. Nobody cares about this. Let's face it, nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares anymore. Like, the part is been done. They've still got the wire in the back of it. Yeah, it looks all right. The controllers look stupid. Like, if Paris Lily can't put his hands in there, right? That's a problem. That is a massive fucking problem, right? I've been to many game shops in the past 2-3 weeks. Look, Christmas birthday shopping for my partner, for my kid. Like, looking in all the game shops. How many VR demos did I see? Let me tell you, 0, none. PSVR 1, when that came out, you couldn't get to a game shop because you had to walk through the VR demo. Oh, do you want to try this? Not really. I don't want to be sick on the floor. I'm like, nah, none of it. Why are we not getting that? So don't give a toss. Yeah. PS, what was it, live from PS5? How many PSVR headsets did you see on that advert? None. How many fucking Leviathan axes and VR headsets are in the middle of London? None. Don't give a fuck. This is the last thing you'll ever see. They'll do this and it'll die on its arse.
Yeah, it's interesting. VR is about 10 years old now. Just about. I think 2013. No, VR.
Oh, VR,
not
VR, not PS.
I think VR in general. So I think the original Oculus Rift was 2013. I think maybe at the end of 2013. So it's like VR is almost 10 years old, and like I feel like the audience still doesn't seem to be there. There's not a lot of evolution in the space. You got minor evolutions, but nothing crazy. Feels like the mainstream audience isn't there. The hardcore audience isn't always there, and I don't know. As tech, it just seems like it's just not the right time.
As much as we don't like Facebook, the Quest, and all the bad people of Facebook or whatever, they got a pretty nifty idea there, haven't they? Like, it's a VR headset. Yeah. It's not just for games. You can go to the metaverse as much as we don't like it, but hell not. It's a cool idea. Like, if we both had a headset, you could be sat at your coffee table. I just shook my headset on, sat at my coffee table, unencumbered, unwired, having a great time, and we're just like we can look at each other in our daft little avatars. Like, it's like the metaverse is something that's happening right now. But this is just a games thing. It's just you have to have a PlayStation, £500 PlayStation 5. You have to have a £500 PSVR 2 to play what? Call of the
What? And you have to buy the games.
And you got to buy the game to what? To buy £50, £60 Call of the Mountain that's coming out to average reviews. What was the fucking point? Let's face it, today the review embargo hit at 1 o'clock today, my time, and it's fell on its arse by 2 o'clock. Nobody cares. Yeah, fair enough, 9 out of 10s, 9.5 out of 10. Games Radar, 4.5 out of 5. But, like, yeah, that's the tech. What hardware are they going to put on it? How are they going to sell that? To 5? Even, pardon?
Software, not hardware.
Software? They're going to sell to, who are they going to sell that? Like, how are they selling it? It's not, they're not even selling it to us. They're not selling it to anybody. There's no, like, marketing. I've not seen a Plus Pass Me with a big VR2 on the side of it.
Most of those games are, we talked about that when they showed the launch window lineup or whatever, that most of those games are elsewhere. Like, there's a few that aren't, or that are new announcements, like the Dark Pictures game or the Horizon game, but, like, yeah, it's just not compelling.
Sad, isn't it? Very sad. And then it's just there to die, innit? I think they just said, oh, I think they started making it and they couldn't stop, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, we're getting into, like, a financial crisis, you know? Like,
£500
I don't know about, the rest of the world. Like, people are struggling as it is. People are going to struggle just to get the PS5, right? Like, just to afford that. And you're going to ask them to also try to afford another peripheral that's more expensive. Like,
but that's another thing, though, isn't it? Like, that's another thing. So I've not been on this show for a while, like, but, like, saving up £500 that, and, you know, at the average family, I'll put £100 away a month, and then all of a sudden, you're a homeowner, your boiler breaks down, your £300 has disappeared. Do you know what I mean?
Transmission runs out. Yeah.
And then PlayStation, you know, good on PlayStation, live on PS5, great promotion. You know why you seen that promotion? Because I've walked into every game shop I've walked into. Guess what's on the shelf? A PlayStation 5. PS5. Yeah. I've been able to. I could have bought 5 PS5s in the last 4 or 5 weeks. Like, congratulations, you did it. At what? Are now you expecting people to buy that as well? No, it's not happening.
I mean, that's what they're expecting.
They should have held this off. I know you want to get it out before the fucking financial year, etc., etc. This could have been, you could have just held that until November. You could have held that till December. Honestly, until November at least.
Well, I agree with you. This is not the right time, but it's also the wrong time in general. Like, I think that having a sequel to the PSVR that is kind of an incremental upgrade of it, you're years out from where it should have launched. I mean, when did PSVR 1 come out? 2016, right? Maybe 2019, the PSVR 2 should have came out. Like, we're years past. Like, they needed to evolve it more and wait maybe more.
I think that would have just been held back too much by the PS4, and everyone would have been like, what's the point of this? You know, because it wouldn't have been like a big upgrade like this one seems to be.
Unfortunately,
that's true.
We're all sat here going, what's the point of this? They've got this big jocking fucking wire sticking out the side of it, and you've got to plug it into your PS5. Daniel just spent 10 minutes ago, he just said, if it didn't have the wire and it was his own PlayStation thing, it was just Sony PlayStation VR 2, and it was its own thing, maybe its own like Sony VR 2, like it didn't need to be PlayStation, and it was its own color scheme and it was its own thing, then maybe like it would be a better product. And it wasn't £500.
Price it what the Quest is priced. Yeah,
£300 here. Sony PlayStation, Sony VR 2. Take the PlayStation name out of it. I know PlayStation will make
Sony VR.
You know what I mean? Like Sony VR. Yeah, you can play you Call of the Mountains and blah blah blah. It just that wire held. I mean, I'm not buying it either way. But like the controllers, they're not big enough, and then that wire's it's a big deal. And then you slap a £500 on it, and all you can do is play games on it. It's not like they've come out today and gone, oh, in this review you can do this. You know, there's a PlayStation Homeworld that you can go and visit with, and go and meet all your friends. I'm not sure about, like, can you go to like is there like a movie viewer or something in it, or?
That would be so cool. Like being able to sit in like a virtual theater and watch a movie. Like,
well, that's it. I mean,
really cool.
I've only listened to the Kind of Funny podcast, and I've not really read anything. Like I've read a few bits, but like, what can you do on it except for play Call of the Mountain on it for £500? Why are we doing that?
You
No
guys
one's
remember that
doing
movie
it.
thing on Netflix with the 360?
Yeah,
where
it was
you
so
your
cool.
avatars with your friends and watch the
You
movie?
could just watch Netflix together. It was so
Yeah,
cool. That was revolutionary. Bring that back. You know what I mean? I
That
want to
was
do
not
that again.
You
Yes,
could
it was.
record while you were fucking watching the
You
movie.
virtually sitting with your friends watching a movie. Come on. That's
Hilarious.
revolutionary. And you can see your
No,
avatar.
I think you guys are spot on with a lot of stuff. I think they're not marketing it because they know they're not going to sell a lot, right? And they also don't have a lot of software to back it up. And I just wonder in the future, where are we going with this? Like, are they going to commit to it and make more software? Because I don't think they will. Or if they do, I think it'll be a lot of like the new Astrobot game will have a VR mode, or like the whole game will also be playable in VR, preferably. Right? I think it'll be a lot of stuff like Gran Turismo, right? You can
I
play
was
that
just
whole
going to
thing.
say, yeah.
You can play that whole thing in VR, which is very cool, right? But I think it'll be a lot of you can play it on TV like a regular game, and a lot of VR modes as well with it. But yeah, I just think they're not marketing it because they know they're not going to sell a lot, and it's like what's the point? Like I'm glad they do this. Like it's cool. It's probably the most innovative thing PlayStation does, honestly, when you compare that to the rest of their first party outputs. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame. It does just feel dead in the water as it arrives, but they know they're gonna sell like what 1 million, 2 million of these. Maybe over time
Lifetime, probably.
as
yeah.
more PS5s sell, and then this thing eventually goes on sale, they'll sell more and more, and then maybe it'll hit like 5 million lifetime or something. But I don't think they're expecting too much for this, and unfortunately, I don't think we'll get a lot of software going forward because of that.
Yeah, I mean they have like what Fire Sprite. I mean they're do VR stuff. They did this VR game, right? So
Right.
they just keep pumping out VR games.
Yeah, they could, right? But the Fire Sprite's also been a big support studio, right? For majority of the time before Sony bought them, and that's a huge studio from what we know. So I imagine Fire Sprite's gonna be just working on a lot of other first party games as well, just helping out with those, getting those out the door. And we'll see if they end up making another game with that. I think it'll just be a lot of stuff that comes to Oculus will also come to PSVR 2 for the next few years, and then maybe a first party game here and there over time, right? And it doesn't seem like this Call of the Mountain is the killer app that they needed it to be to really sell these. And maybe they knew that going into this, which is another reason they're not marketing this so much. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but whatever. It'll sell to enthusiasts of VR, and just is what it is.
Sell to Chris.
Sell to Chris.
Yeah.
Chris will buy it.
Maybe we should get Chris on here and talk about VR.
Yeah, massively. Give him a couple of days of it, and maybe next week after. He doesn't
When is
know
it?
this
When's
yet.
the
He doesn't
official
have a
release?
choice either.
Next week.
Next Wednesday. Next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Next Wednesday. Okay.
Yeah. Roxy, do you want the PSVR 2 for birthday? She says, "What is that?" There you go. There's your marketing.
There you go.
That's all you need. Does
The
it
kids
have
don't know.
the Tucker live game on there?
You want PlayStation VR
Only
2?
if you can play Tucker Live.
What is
Do you
that?
want one of these? Oh, it's gone. Do you want one of these?
We could talk about. You want to talk about the reviews for Call of the Mountain?
To do a review roundup for Call of the Mountain. Let me click
no.
in here. Let's see.
No.
She said no.
Trying to get it. BGC
Cool.
gave it an 8.
Cool.
IGN gave it a 7. GameSpot also gave it a 7. So there you go. Horizon Call of the Mountain.
Game Informer was like a 6, 7,
8,
5.
right around there. 6, 7. Yeah. All right. Well, not particularly high, but
No,
It's
good
an add-on
scores, but I think it was like 75 or something like that. So good scores, but nothing too magnificent. It's not necessarily a system seller, but if you have it, if you're getting it, you might as well.
I think you have to buy this if you're getting a PSVR, right? Like, what else are you gonna play?
I mean, there are other games there. There are some ones that I feel like should be there that aren't there at launch, like Beat Saber. It's like coming out within the first few months of it coming out, but like Beat Saber should be launching. Like that's the VR game. You don't have Beat Saber? Come on.
When does that come out for it?
I don't remember the date. I think that there's a date, but it's not launch window. It's like within the first few months of its release.
It's sitting at an 81 on OpenCritic right now, so not bad. It's,
I guess it went up a little bit. Maybe more reviews.
Yeah, it's only at 31 reviews right now, so
Okay.
keep going up.
It definitely went up though. I think you muted yourself, Sims.
Yeah, how have you got away with that? Like, this game is bullshit as well.
What do you mean?
Just like you lot seem to be getting away with bullshit. Like, I
What
get
do you mean?
like, what did I choose? Seasons lost like 9 points.
Oh, are you talking about Fantasy Critic?
Oh, our fantasy critic.
right? And then Natalie chooses Forspoken, loses a point. Like, what the fuck?
Be better at Fantasy Critic.
I don't
Yeah,
understand.
I didn't even think of that. I guess I'm not happy with that for Fantasy Critic. Yeah, whatever. I'll take it.
81's
11 points
good.
or
If
whatever.
81's
Yeah,
well good. It's better than
fine.
what I mean. Season
I
got a
mean,
77.
11 points.
You
Oh,
know,
you
I
got-
think with my Fantasy Critic, I thought there was a chance this game was like a revolutionary VR thing, and I was kind of hoping for that. Clearly not, but whatever. 11 points. I'll take it.
She lost 2 points on it,
Yeah,
and I lost 7 points.
that's not that bad.
No, it's bad because like
Counterpicks
That's
are
not
meant
bad
to
at
be
all.
that.
season's
Counterpicks are meant to
garbage.
be-
Season look absolute trash.
No, it didn't.
Yeah,
I
it
thought it was
did.
a fine game.
Listen,
If that reviewed higher, I would have got that.
trash. Okay,
Not a trash game. You don't know what trash games are.
I do when it's on my Fantasy Critic. All right,
What is it, AEW? Yeah.
that's gonna get some good reviews. That is.
Okay.
AEW, yeah, bro, you're looking at like a 60.
No, don't be stupid. Man. It'd be good, man.
Yeah, all right.
I just need the people that reviewed Harry Potter Hogwarts to
Sure,
review
sure.
AEW.
All two of them apparently, because only 3 people got copies of that game early, I guess.
What's the matter?
All right, cool. Let's get the show back on track. All right, we will also do a review roundup for what is the game called? Fuck.
Wild Arm or Wild Heart.
Wild Arms. Yeah.
Sayonara Wild Arts.
This game
Sayonara
looks sick, by
Wild
the way.
Arms Heart. Yeah. Okay.
does look
Wild
fun.
Arts is currently sitting at 79 on Open Critic. Let's see here.
Pretty good.
GameSpot giving an 8. Destructoid giving an 8.
back
IGN
it
giving
up.
an 8. 8s across the board here for Wild Hearts. The,
Yeah, pretty solid.
Monster Hunter like coming out of EA and what is the developer?
It's Omega Force. They're owned by
Omega
Koei
Force.
Tecmo.
The Dynasty Warriors.
This
guy.
is the Dynasty Warriors team. Yeah.
Sure. Awesome. So I know a couple of people. I know there's a lot of technical issues with this game. Apparently.
Yes.
Oh,
Apparently, it's
any
really
guys
bad on
talking about
PC.
that? Really bad on PC. Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. The PC kids.
You know what? You nerds. You
You
nerds.
fucking
Don't
nerds.
play on PC. Don't play on
It's
PC.
so funny because everyone's like, "Oh, the PC, it's this magical high-end machine." Yada yada.
Look at all
yada.
these PC
Look
ports.
at every
They're
game that's come
trash.
out recently for PC. It's been the worst version possible. Get out of here.
Bunch of nerds. We're over here with our console superiority. You know.
For real, everything's running at 60 frames, nice and smooth, and you guys sitting over there having trouble running Hogwarts. Spent $3,000 on a fucking machine
Yeah.
to play Hogwarts. Can't even
Can't
play
run
it.
anything.
All right,
You know,
but
spend
Wild
$3,000 and you're gonna go play FTL. You know.
Hearts, who had this one on Fantasy Critic? It doesn't matter. We're getting to it.
I think it's
Um,
Chris.
Was it Chris? Okay. Good luck, Chris. But yeah, Wild Hearts 79 Open Critic. Daniel, you interested in this game at all?
Not necessarily. I think me and Sloan downloaded Monster Hunter World. I don't know when we're gonna play it. We haven't really played much stuff. Like we still need to beat Mario and Rabbids.
I was about
So
to
I'd
say,
like
where
to-
the hell are you gonna get time to play Monster Hunter World out of here?
But I've wanted to dip into that type of game for a long
Sure.
time.
I have
I'd
too,
rather
to be
play
honest.
Monster
I've never
Hunter
had.
World
Yeah.
than this. But this looks really cool. I think that there's a lot of cool stuff in this game, and I hope I hope that it gets a sequel. I hope it sells well. I like to see new IP. You know, it's really cool that EA is doing this. Like we talk a lot of trash about EA, but they're doing some really cool stuff. I think EA, when they try to be unique, EA is a very unique developer. But a lot of time they're very money hungry and they rely on their sports games a lot. But when they try to do cool stuff, they do cool stuff.
I mean, we've been saying it the whole time that we've been doing this show. Like EA outside of the sports games and Battlefield is fucking excellent. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it is really great. Like their single player games are fucking perfect. You know, not perfect, but
They've just gotten better and better.
and
doing
stuff
it.
like I can't wait for these their superhero games to start coming out with the Iron Man game and the Black
I know.
Panther game and stuff like that. Like those single player focused games with like their good studios, those are awesome. I guess that BioWare's been fucking up quite a bit lately, but not even lately.
It feels more.
Decade, but
From all the stuff we've been hearing, it seems like it might not be EA as much of it might just be BioWare management. you
yeah,
know?
I mean BioWare's just lost so much of their talent, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not BioWare right now is not BioWare that you think it is. Like they need to hire people that have grown up playing BioWare games and know what those are and love those type of games. They need to hire those type of people because the people that made the original BioWare games that we all know and love are just not there anymore. They're at different studios. They're getting older. They're retiring and all that. So BioWare is in a transition phase, and
Yeah.
they have been for quite a while. So we'll see if they can get back on their feet with Dragon Age and Mass Effect and all that. But other than that, man, EA has been excellent. Just, obviously we don't like the sports games that much, but even those, I mean, hey, they got to make money somehow, right? They're a business, and it is what it is.
Yeah. I think my problem with the sports games isn't the sports games; it's the Ultimate Team stuff.
Sure.
That's my problem.
Microtransaction stuff.
Yeah,
all that.
That's my problem with them.
Yeah, no, I hear you. But again, they got to make money somehow. You know what I mean? It's EA's been at the top of the game for a while for a reason. It's because of those sports games.
Yeah. Are you interested in Wild Hearts at all? Does it
I
look
would
like
if it
a
was
cool
like
game?
coming to Game Pass or something like that. Like I think
yeah.
it'll probably come to Game Pass pretty
An EA
quickly.
game?
Yeah, it's an EA game, so they come in like 6 months, right? Through that
They're
EA access thing.
within a year. It will be for sure. They
Yeah.
actually right now, I'd have to look more into it. There's a way to play like 10 hours if you have EA Play.
Oh, is there?
Through
See,
Game
so like
Pass.
I might try that, and then maybe I'm
Check
super
that
into it, and then end up buying it. You know what I mean? But yeah,
Yeah.
this would be a really good Game Pass one to me, or
For
any
sure.
subscription service, because then I could just try it, see how much I like it, see if I can get into it. But yeah, I
Definitely.
mean, it looks interesting. Combat looks fun. The technical issues worry me a little bit, so I probably wouldn't jump into it right away. But nonetheless, yeah, good on them. Another EA original, right? So, and we know they said, an executive from EA said a while ago, they're trying to get into more AA, AAA space with the EA original games. So that's interesting. I kind of wish it would just stay more indie focused, but is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, they can go the gambit.
Yeah,
I don't think we get enough AA anyways. So
Sure.
like we are getting. I think it feels like we're getting more now. So that we had that AA space was gone for a while. So I think we just need more AA games anyways. So if EA could find a good spot there, and I trust them with their single player stuff right now.
yeah, me too. Where's Hazelight's next game? That's what I want.
Please, Joseph, I'm telling you, right? I'm calling it. Joseph Fares Game Awards revealed the new game.
Oh, I'm down.
100%.
We came up with the Ant-Man and Wasp game for them.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be cool. There is still one more superhero game they haven't announced from EA, so we'll see what that ends up being.
I don't think it's that, but
I
because he
don't
did that
either, but
picture
that would
with the
just be
two
the dream.
girls, that he was like already working on his game, and that was like 2021, I think.
Oh, Joseph Fares.
Or no, maybe it was early 2022. It's been a while since he
I
posted
don't
that
remember
picture.
this.
He was like taking a selfie, and they were in like performance capture suits.
Okay.
And it was like an older lady and a younger lady. Yeah, take it to the bank. Game Awards. We'll get a reveal of his game.
I am down. We'll stick with PlayStation then for a second. The PS Plus Extra and Premium lineup for this month is actually worth talking about. On February 21st, the following games will be available to subscribers, including Horizon Forbidden West, The Quarry, Resident Evil 7, Outriders, The Forgotten City, and Borderlands 3. There's more there too. I didn't put them all in. You can go look it up. And then also for premium members only, the following PS1 games have been added: The Legend of a Dragoon, Wild Arms 2, and Harvest Moon Back to Nature will also become available on February 21st. So there you go. Pretty good month, I think.
Yeah, I mean Horizon, that's awesome. Go play Horizon Forbidden
The
West.
Quarry, like that's fucking cool. Like
The
you ever played
Quarry.
that? Game's only like what, 7 months old, 6 months?
I think it came out in the summertime, right? So yeah, not
June,
that old.
so what, 8-ish month around there. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's been out in the last year, so
Not long.
Horizon's exactly a year old now, so that's fucking awesome.
But you know which one the people need to play and download? If you
What's
got
that?
this, go play The Forgotten City.
Hell
Go
yeah,
play it. Go play it.
go play it.
It's awesome. It's great.
It is awesome. I think Outriders is a really cool one too. I never played that game, so I might download that. Check it out.
Me and Sloan beat the game when it came out that year, 2021.
I
It's
wanted to
fun.
talk about the PS1 games though, in particular.
Yeah.
The Legend of Dragoon. I know people have been begging for this one for a while.
Yeah,
Trophies are
people's-
coming through on there, so it's like that's fucking cool. I've never played this game.
It's an RPG I've heard about. I've never been able to play it, but I probably still won't play. I have too much in my backlog anyways, but it's there. Maybe I'll get to it eventually.
Yeah. Sims, the PS Plus extra and premium lineup. How you feeling about that?
Yeah, good. I think we're gonna. I bought Natalie Horizon Forbidden West for her birthday.
Nice.
Last year. Still in cellophane.
Did a lot to play.
I mean, someone
Oh,
would
the
say she-
plastic wrap.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what that word was.
Cellophane.
Cellophane. Okay.
Cellophane.
cool.
Yeah.
Sounds like
So
it's like a bad guy in Star Wars.
It is.
Darth Cellophane. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
it's just a man suffocating in the back. Yeah, good man. why not? Like, I mean, is it because it's a year old? Does that mean we're gonna get Ragnarok in November?
Maybe by the end of the year,
Why is
November,
it?
December. Yeah,
Why is it not come to the PC first? Like, there's all these questions.
it could still come to PC first, but we don't know.
No, I mean Forbidden West.
Oh, Horizon. I thought you
Like,
meant
why
God
is
of War
that not
2.
come to the PC? Surely that you'd think, oh, let's drag all the money out of it as much as we can before it is dead. And
I mean, it could be this year. It's what's
It
crazy
will
is
be.
PlayStation. Like, we just don't know a lot about what they're doing this year. Like, all we know is the PSVR drop and Horizon VR, and then Spider-Man 2. It's like seems like it's gonna be a pretty light year for them unless they really come and announce something. You know?
I think they might announce something, brother.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Even if they do announce something, that will be for this year. You know, like I just don't see. Like I could see the Last of Us
The
factions
factions. Yeah.
this year. Especially with Neil Druckmann saying the whole thing about they wanted to announce games and release it sooner. You know, so they didn't have to put so much pressure on their team to get the game out the door. So maybe that's like hey, it's coming out and they talk about it in June and it's like, hey, it's coming out in September or something like that. I could see that.
That's
I wouldn't
like
surprise me
Spider-Man
too
spot.
much. Yeah. Also, I could see Spider-Man being like November-ish as well. I mean, Spider-Man could be anytime in the fall, so
That's
who really
true.
knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, they don't need anything else besides Spider-Man, really. I mean, that's gonna sell all the copies they really.
They like to have a couple of games though.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I would like for them to drop something else, but I could also see any of these other random live service games they're making coming out of nowhere. Like there's that one the London studio talked about. It was either late last year or early this year. They put out the concept art for that. It's like I could see that just drop in. The Twisted Metal game somewhere out there that's been rumored for a while. Of course, they'll have like MLB and stuff. They'll of course have that again. So
I guess
I don't know, I guess we'll have
technically,
to wait and see.
Destiny 2 Lightfall.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a DLC, so I don't know. Yeah,
but technically, I mean, it's still they own Bungie now, so it's like it's technically their game. I don't know. It's very weird. Oh, I guess MLB. They always have an MLB game.
yeah, that too. So I don't know. I mean, PlayStation. The rumor Jeff Grubb was saying is there'll be a smaller state of play in March and then a big showcase around E3 time. That's what
Yeah, he was saying May, I think, right?
Yeah, so I guess I'd look forward to that big showcase just to find out.
I was thinking like, I think no one's ever said, "Oh, a showcase is bigger than a state of play." No one, like Jim's never said that. No one said that. We've assumed that. There's a lot of assumptions being made with Sony PlayStation, like oh, state of play is a little thing, and the showcase is a big thing. But a showcase is like.
Been.
I get that's how it's happened, but maybe they've moved away from showcase. Like, it was the showcase.
Just call them all state of plays now.
Is it because at first it was called a showcase because they're trying to showcase the PlayStation 5? It just come out, and then did they have a showcase a year later? Or
yeah, then the one in 2021
showcase
was a showcase.
Well, then we did have that banger state of play last May.
Yeah,
or last March.
Yeah, sometime in the summer. Whatever. Yeah,
like that was a banger. That was top tier stuff. Like maybe
I think they had two pretty good state of plays, but the rest of the state of plays are usually just kind of okay.
Well, that one in June that they did with Resi 4, I think not Resident Evil, but yeah, Resi 4, Final Fantasy, that was banger, absolute.
Yeah, banger. Well, then they did the one with Tekken, Like a Dragon, Ishin, but for the most part they're kind of okay. But those were two really good ones. They could just go with the state of play as their name for their showcases now, like Nintendo Direct.
I think they should just. But it is a bit tarnished at the moment. State of play, all boring. But like last time we fought that in the one, the one in the summer, it fucking banger, absolute smashed it. So, well, I don't know. I mean, they're a different company, aren't they? Like, nobody wants a showcase. Like, I don't want to showcase where Jim Ryan's like, "Welcome to PlayStation 5. We've been hard."
Yeah, we don't need to see Jim.
Like, shut up, Jim Ryan. You
guys are
fucking
fucking nuts. I would love to see Jim. What are you guys talking about?
Fuck Jim Ryan. You that fucking phony corporate scumbag. Never played a fucking PlayStation 5. Never played a fucking Xbox.
We've seen him hold a controller.
He's holding a fucking controller. You know what I'd love to do? I'd love to get that controller and just smack him upside the head with it. Let me tell you. I want to break that controller over his head. And then because he's so robotic and so fucking
he's old. Why do you gotta get so
he's a fucking idiot, man. He's a fucking moron. Don't know what he's talking about. He's too busy trying to fucking take it. What? Why is he worried about Xbox having Call of Duty? You got fucking Destiny. Fuck Call of Duty.
I disagree
So
entirely.
there's two.
They should be absolutely terrified of Call of Duty.
Yeah,
What are you
yeah.
talking about?
Fuck Call of Duty.
You know what did get me excited though about PlayStation was that possible hint at a new Uncharted in those fucking commercials.
Yeah, that commercials were really good. To be fair,
I actually didn't see it. I should just go look at that because
have you not
you
seen
have
the
to.
trailer? It's great. It's just like
No, I haven't. Yeah,
it's
I
like
should
5
see it.
vignettes in what is like live on PS5, and then there's like the different reporters all over the world. So one guy's in New York, is like, "Wow, we've seen Spider-Man," and then the other guy's like, "Oh, we haven't seen this world in years." And it's like just San
It's all
Francisco.
live action.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh. Okay.
And
The
then-
funniest thing is like it goes to like a weather station, Daniel, and the table they use is a giant PS5. It's actually pretty clever. Pretty clever.
And then
Okay,
all
no,
of a
I'm gonna
sudden-
watch this.
That possible Uncharted tease actually does
Yeah.
get me excited. Like if that ends up being
Yeah.
real and that was kind of how they revealed this game, that's fucking cool. Like that was a really cool idea.
That is just completely out
Well,
of the blue.
Spoilers.
Sure,
Do you think that this is going to be Nate's mom or Nate's daughter?
daughter, because in the
You don't think it's a
who's
prequel?
Nate's mom.
They
What
talk
do you-
about Nate's. They talk about Nate's mom in Uncharted 4,
Sure, okay, I guess.
and she
It's
was
not gonna
also an adventurer.
be- okay. Maybe
That was
you're
a
onto
big.
something
That
there.
was a story. That, was a
That
plot
would throw
line.
me to the fucking. That would throw everyone for a fucking.
I'm
loop.
with
I
you
think-
that it being Cassie.
Yeah, it
but
would
I'm
have to
just
be
saying-
Cassie. Well, in the trailer, it is a blonde woman like uncovering an artifact
Okay.
or something like that in like a tomb or some shit. So it's like either that's like either just some generic thing they just wanted to put in the commercial, or that is a hint towards this. That would be very cool.
Yeah, it is
it's
completely
probably
out
that-
of the blue. Like
It's probably that San Diego team, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
rumored. I mean, that's been rumored for so long because apparently the San Diego team has like a whole building they don't even use on like their campgrounds or whatever. So like, I know Greg Miller and Colin Moriarty have been talking about that for like years. So it's like they could have just filled that up, and maybe the Uncharted team's there now. But it's rumored that Naughty Dog is also working with them to make it. So it's like, okay,
but
I mean, that-
Naughty
that'd be
Dog
very
came
fun.
out on the record a couple of weeks ago and says we're done with it.
Yeah.
But Neil
Yeah.
said
I
he's
think
done
it
with
was Neil.
right?
Neil in particular said.
Neil said a
yeah,
lot.
they're not.
Neil been talking. Like
Neil's been
Neil's been-
talking. Neil's been
I-
talking.
I mean, this fucking show, he's had to do an interview every
What show?
other day.
What show?
yeah.
What show?
Nothing.
What show?
Nah. Nothing.
Oh.
I loved episode 5 of The Last of Us.
Oh
I
yeah,
haven't
it was
watched
amazing.
it.
Yeah.
Episode 5 was the best episode.
Why
Episode
have you
5
not
was-
watched it, Daniel?
I just haven't had time.
You don't like it, do you? Tell me you don't like it.
I like the show.
Tell me you don't like it.
I like the show a lot. I think it's a
Oh,
great
it's
show.
tell me then.
It's not. It's not the game. The game's just better. The game's
Yeah,
just better.
it's gonna be in it. Like that's the medium. That's the preferred medium anyway.
They made Sam and Henry's story way better
yeah.
Yeah.
in the show than in the game. 100%. Yeah, that,
Okay.
was,
But
that was way.
that, but that woman.
I have one gripe with it, but
Oh,
they
man.
didn't. Well, spoilers for The Last of Us and the TV show. When Sam shoots himself, they didn't cut the black. I wanted them to cut the black and go to credits right there. They should have done that because like that's how. No, I feel like that moment was so impactful in the game when it just cuts to black and then it says winter. You know, after like
Let you
5
sit
seconds.
on it.
Yeah. They cut to a scene where Joel's burying Sam and Henry, and it's like that's cool, and like you get to see like Ellie's grief a little bit there, and like that was a cool idea. Wish they just cut the black.
I don't know. I prefer what she did. I'm sorry, Daniel, but I'm not even a spoiler, but like the noise that came out of like Bella Ramsey's face was heartbreaking.
Yeah,
Honestly, like I
You ever
she
stood?
is she is still the thing that I am not sold on in the show.
really.
I'm
I
sold
think
on
she's
most of it. I think
Mm.
she's not necessarily bad. I think she's doing good, but I think that she is the weakest part of the show for me so far.
really.
Yeah, by a lot.
Couldn't disagree more.
I love
think
her.
she's
I love her
excellent.
so much.
Yeah.
Like
I think that she's gotten
disconnected-
better on
I've
every
disconnected
episode. but-
myself from them characters. I know they're not them characters anymore. Like they're not them characters. They will never will be Troy. They won't be.
Ashley.
They won't be never. And they're completely different. Like they're just doing their own thing. I love Bella. I love Bella Ramsey so much. She's great.
Like I said, I think she's getting better as it's going on. So I don't think she's doing a bad job.
Straight after the incident, like the noise, the instant tears, like double tears. Like I don't know how she did that. It's
My
incredible.
favorite touch was the bloater ripping the jaw of the guy. Like that was like, oh, thank you for putting that in there. I needed that. One thing they fucked up on episode 4 though, they didn't play the song during the combat section, and I was really mad about that. It's really mad. The song they play when Joel and Ellie are driving, that song plays during the game when you're in combat for like a quick second when you like first meet the guys in Pittsburgh, and they should have done that in the show. Missed opportunity.
While we're on
Continue.
the topic,
Okay,
I'm so sorry.
We're staying on the topic.
Because I've not had time to talk about it. Like, we've texted, but that's it. Like, but like, episode 3 is so good.
Episode 3 was very good.
Good.
It was an
Really
interesting
good.
idea. Like, they were just like, we don't know what to do with Bill here, so let's just make it a really passionate love story.
How can
Yeah,
it, like,
yeah.
it's, I've
Okay,
not
I'm
stopped thinking about that episode. I've not
It's
stopped
really
thinking
good.
about it.
My only issue is that it retroactively affects the video game. Because now I don't think that there is any way, spoilers, that Bill will be in the video game ever again. Like, he is just now retroactively just dead in the video game. I don't think that they're going to
I don't
keep
think
him
that's
alive
true.
there. That's how I took it.
You could, I mean,
And that upsets
first
me.
of all,
I'd
I
wanna
would
see
never,
that.
I never expected Bill to come back anyways in this series. Like, did you
I guess.
really expect that at some
Okay.
point?
He's
I mean, that would have been
alive.
very corny if at some point he just like shows up in Wyoming and like, oh, hey guys, traveled all the way across America for no reason. You know what I mean?
guess.
Like, you know
Or
what they'll
maybe
do, Daniel?
Ellie
is
goes and
like,
sees him, you know?
no, during this factions game, it'll be like, here's an event where Bill comes to town. Some stupid shit. But I don't know. You could see it in part 3. What if Ellie goes back to Boston for some reason in part 3? I don't know. They could.
Yeah.
They could do that.
I'm
That's
having a
what
great
I
time.
thought. But I like the show. I think it's a great show.
I think if you just separate both things, and then you say, oh, this is that version, this is that version. Like, I'm okay with that. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I hated the woman in it. It was her name Heather or something.
Oh, Kathleen.
I hated
Dude,
her.
she
I hated
was
her so
great.
much.
You're
No,
nuts,
man.
dude.
Nah, man.
Oh, dude,
But
she
that-
was
but
such a
that's-
great villain.
But that's what
I love how
don't-
she also foreshadows Ellie for part 2. Like,
Yeah.
her getting revenge for her brother and her being so upset with that. That's a real foreshadow for Ellie and Joel in part 2.
Okay, one more question before I go. Before we go.
Where are you going?
No. Before we go from the next subject.
Okay.
Episode 9. 42 minutes into the show. Before the credit. After the scene. Do we get the Abby reveal? The
Abby
actor-
will be.
the
You will
actor
see Abby.
reveal.
Yeah.
The actor reveal. And the her finding out about her demise. The demise.
Abby
think
will
that's
be
when we
in
get
the
the
final
reveal.
episode.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I
think
could
that'd be
see
good.
maybe something with like her running away from the hospital or something like that. Maybe she
Yeah.
sees her father's
But,
body or something like
post-credit
that.
scene or something, yeah.
I don't think they're even gonna do. I don't think. See, I'm thinking that they're just going to do it for the game players. She's going to be in that room, and if you don't know that that's Abby, you're not gonna know. I don't think they're gonna make a big deal out of some other girl, running out or something. I think that they're gonna be a little more subtle about it.
That'd be cool. There are a lot of rumors about this one actress already being cast as her. I don't know if you guys saw that, where like this one actress
didn't.
is like following everyone on Twitter and like
What's her name?
I don't know. I can't remember her name,
Oh.
but a lot of people are theorizing that she's playing her.
Interesting.
But I guess we'll find out. Only 4 episodes left, so
Yeah, man. I literally waited for Monday to watch. I know the episode came out on a Friday, but because it's like such a routine. Like Mondays are such a special event in this house at the moment. Like Monday nights are just like just a night of 1 hour of just pure silence. And like having a great. It's so good. It's so good. And and then even when the episode, I know I keep going on about it. When the episode ended, I was like, why did we put ourselves through this? Because I just feel like shit now. Like
But
I
it's
don't feel
entertainment.
good. I don't feel good, man.
You're not supposed to.
I don't want to
entertainment.
feel sad again, man. I don't want to feel sad.
Go watch something nice.
But then, what was it? There was a moment. I'm so sorry, but I've not spoke about it because I've had no one to talk to about it. Like even at work, I'm like, "Have you seen Lost of Us?" Like, no, I've not seen it. I hate it so much. You know the bit where Ellie's like, "I'm scared of being alone," right? Natalie just did a very subtle touch. She was like, and I felt her pain, man. I felt her pain, man.
she
She
transferred the
does.
feelings over to you.
She
Yeah.
does, man. She does feel alone, man. I saw Natalie, like everyone's had a dog. It's been put down, right, and we're like just sobbed, sad times. We've all felt loss. I saw Natalie feel loss when Joel got smashed up. Yeah, she was a mess.
Yeah.
A mess.
Breathing.
Okay, moving on then. Next up.
So,
No, you're fine. Double Fine has put out a 32 episode documentary on the making of its most recent game, Psychonauts 2.
I'm gonna say not
episodes
enough
are
episodes.
available now on YouTube. Yeah, not enough. Not enough. 22 hours long in a total. So, you got a lot to work with here.
You watched
Yeah.
it all yet, Daniel?
Yeah, Danielle, no, you're.
No. I've watched a good chunk. I think I'm like episode 18 or 19 or something like that. Like some episodes, they're 20 minutes to 30 minutes to 40. Like, it varies. So like some of them are quicker watches and stuff.
So basically, you're just
It's
watching
great.
the first season of Lost.
No.
God,
You know
it was good then, wasn't it?
Do you remember when TV series was 24 episodes long?
Yeah.
Still are in CW, man.
Yeah,
Some
they
of- some
It's true.
are
It's very
still.
true. Yeah.
Go watch The Flash.
Watch The Flash.
Huh.
I left
It's-
that at
yeah, it's-
season 3.
Go watch the doc. It's really good. They they don't pull any punches. It's a very candid showing of how games are made. Like they don't really cut out a lot of stuff. Like they are in meetings. Obviously they don't show every single meeting they do and stuff like that. There are they got to be private about some things, but like I haven't even gotten to the point in the doc where they're acquired by Microsoft yet. I think I'm about to get to that point. Like they're even in the studio. The game is being published by Starbreeze at this point right now. And they have a publisher, and Starbreeze has been in the studio multiple times. They've had people leave, and they've had a lot of new hires. It's interesting. Like it starts even before Psychonauts 2 when they were making Rhombus of Ruin, the VR game. There was going to be like a bridge between 1 and 2. So it goes into that and then into 2, and like they started making this game in like 2015, I think. Like they were making the game for a long time. Yeah, go watch.
Yeah,
it.
I've only seen the first episode so far, and that was cool because that was just like a mini Psychonauts 1 documentary, which was a cool idea. Yeah, and there was a bunch of old footage from I guess the 90s, right around the early 2000s and stuff.
Early 2000s, yeah.
Yeah, and that was cool. It was so yeah, it's a cool little documentary. I'm probably gonna watch the whole thing eventually. I don't know. It is very long, but
You could eat at it and keep watching it. It's there was an episode I watched that a few episodes. It was like episode 17 or something. It was a whole hour long one, and it was their Amnesia Fortnite episode where they were like, if you know Double Fine and their Amnesia Fortnights, they basically do a 10-day long or day game jam where they split the studio up. They all go and make these little weird experiences in games, and then they kind of bring them to each other and see what they've made, and maybe they can make a little mini game out of it or something. Yeah, and there was a whole hour long episode of that, and it was super cool seeing these people take a break from Psychonauts to kind of refresh themselves and do something different for a little bit. Yeah, it's a very good documentary. Tim Schafer is just the best. Might be the best person.
It's really interesting getting a deep dive of how games are made because it's so complicated, and it's like there's so much more into it than you even think about.
Yeah.
And it's like this is a smaller studio too, at least in that first episode. Like it's a smaller building, a smaller studio. I couldn't imagine like a giant AAA game and a giant team, like what that's like. Like give me a documentary on that too. Like that, it's nuts, honestly.
It's not
it gets crazier as it goes on. Like some of the stuff they do, What were you gonna say, Sims?
I was just gonna say, like, I feel like as three, like we understand and we respect and we appreciate, but we don't understand. Do you know what I mean? Like a delay will happen. A delay will happen, and everyone on the internet's like, "Oh, take your time." But like, what does that mean, really? Why have you delayed it? What has happened? Like, do you know what I mean? Who's fell over and broke the leg or whatever? Like, do you know what I mean? That one person in that team has now can't. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, stupid things happen to cause delays. I'd love to. I'm gonna watch this. It's just unfortunately, like, for me, 2 kids going to work, blah blah blah. 22 episodes, like, I'm out. Do you know what I mean? Like, luckily, like, you two are like, yeah, go and watch it, man. It's great. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do that. Why am I out of focus all the time? It's about.
Yeah, it reminds me a bit of the there was the documentary for God of War, but after that game came out too.
Yeah.
Rising
was
Kratos.
brilliant. I
That
really
those
liked
two, yeah. And there's a part in that where the game gets delayed, and it's like just a huge argument between marketing and game developers and stuff like that. And like Cory Barlog gets like super heated in that, and it's very interesting to see.
It's a shame they're not
Yeah.
doing number 2, man.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta think how annoying it probably is to just have a bunch of cameras around.
He
when
made
you're
that.
making
He
the game
made
the
that
whole time
point
and
at the
stuff
end
like
of
that.
it. It was like, listen, I'm having no
Yeah.
fucking following me around. I'm making video games.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make the best. I'm trying to make number 2 to the best game of all time. And I'm gonna go. Oh, I'm gonna have Sam with the camera. Oh, I need your reaction. I'll tell you what my reaction is. Fuck off.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Oh,
next
man.
up, then we'll move on to another fun topic.
missed
Saudi Arabia has increased its stake in Nintendo yet again. The government
Yay,
body
controversy.
now owns 7.08% of the company. They raised it once last year, or not last month, actually, to like
I think it's been
6%.
twice. This is third time, right?
Yeah, and then last year they acquired 5%. Last month they acquired another 1%. This month they acquire another 1%. So Saudi Arabia is slowly taking over Nintendo there. How are we feeling about this, guys?
Like it's not like I'm gonna stop buying Nintendo games, but
What do you mean
like,
you're not gonna
it's
stop buying
just-
Nintendo? Are you what? Are you telling me you're supporting a prince that is killing journalists? How dare you? How dare you, Daniel? How dare you? Don't
this
support?
shit, Daniel.
How
Come
dare
on, man.
you? People are dying. And what? And you're gonna buy Nintendo Zelda Breath of the Tears of the Wild of Part 2?
This is a Steam Deck,
And
okay?
you're gonna buy it.
But
How dare you? You are cancelled, sir. You are cancelled. How dare you? How dare you?
Cool. Now
Daniel?
we're in the same boat as Sims. Great.
How dare you, Daniel? How dare you?
No, obviously this is just, I don't know. It's just, it is what it is at this point, right? Nintendo's a publicly traded company, so I guess Saudi Arabia could just come in and buy whatever they want unless Nintendo wants to buy those back. So it's really not too much you can do about it. You know, it's still very odd to me that a government body wants to acquire stake in video games,
Weird,
but
eh?
fuck,
It is weird.
there's a lot of money there, I guess, to be made, and apparently like the prince or whatever is really into video games over there.
Yes, I think that's the thing, is he made like a video game branch and he's into video games.
Okay, so it's like, I guess you got the money, whatever. He's just gonna do whatever the fuck he wants with it. But yeah, it is scary.
Yeah, I don't know. Are they the next Tencent?
Yeah,
is the question. Like, are they just
I mean,
gonna
the
buy
things we don't
stakes
want,
in
right, is
everything?
we don't want them to have creative input, right? That's what you don't want, because then things are gonna start changing. You're gonna start seeing a lot of shit you don't agree with inside of your video games, and we don't want that. So
Mario, don't do that. Mario.
Mario, no, that's I don't even want to go there. All right. Anything else we gotta say on it?
No.
Okay.
Like, I think you hit it on the head. What can you do? Like, it's like you can't. I mean, I don't know. An example for stupid people, like, you can't stop walking into the shop buy milk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That milk's there to be bought. If you don't want the milk to be bought, don't sell the milk. Do you know what I mean? You do. I don't know. It's just stupid, man.
Well, I mean, if you want me to say more, like, I said it with the Harry. I said it with the Harry Potter thing, and it's the same thing with Tencent. Like, if not buying Harry Potter or not Hogwarts Legacy, or buying the Battle Pass and Fortnite, if those aren't affecting you or are affecting you, then don't buy a Nintendo game. Like, everything almost Tencent owns a huge stake in Epic. So if you don't like Tencent, then don't buy an Epic game. You know who also Tencent owns? They own a part of Sony, so you might as well not buy a PlayStation and PlayStation games. They also own, I think, part of Activision. They own a lot of stuff, and then now the Saudi government is also doing that with SNK. They're doing it with Nintendo. I think they have a little bit of Capcom. I think there's someone else too. There's just all these companies, and Hogwarts is another one, right? If you don't like JK, I mean, you're not going to buy the game, then don't buy the other stuff too. Like, if you're going to stand for something, you should stand for it.
I've had this conversation in my head about 1,000 over the past 3 weeks. I've not been on the podcast, right? So I've got so many, like, I've had. You ever had a podcast with yourself? Is that weird to say? You've been at work, right? You're chopping some onions, Connor, you're doing whatever you're doing on the Fortnite lift.
You don't want to know what I'm
He's
doing.
just doing
on a hard day.
donuts.
Would you ever just have these conversations? You listen to a podcast or whatever, and you're listening to them, and you have the conversation with them, and you're just like, yeah, but, and I'm like, people are like, you Jeff Grubb, don't buy Hogwarts, don't do this, blah blah blah, and then like, what? Let's say hypothetically, right? Hypothetically, no one bought Hogwarts, right? And we all win, and then 6-7 months, Avalanche Studios layoff. Oh, it's a shame. Hope everybody lands on their feet. Hold on a minute. You just said boycott these games. You said don't buy Harry Potter. Do you know what I mean? Have you got access to the credits on your game right behind you?
What do you mean access to the
Can you
credits?
press A and then go to credits?
Yeah, I could. I guess.
Show me the credit.
I can't even tell what the game is that he has up.
It
Oh,
is-
it's Hogwarts. I can see it now.
You know, I don't see the credit. Oh, maybe it's in settings.
Yeah, some games are starting to do where you can access credits from kind of
I
near
feel
the.
like that used to be an older thing. You know, like you could always check.
It's coming back.
where
It's
the-
definitely coming back.
I saw it on something the other day.
Okay,
maybe-
continue your point because I can't find these.
My
credits.
point is, right, we're all like, oh, J.K. Rowling, right? I'm gonna say it because it's been in my head for months. Right? J.K. Rowling couldn't give a fucking shiny fuck about what anyone has to fucking say. Unfortunately, this person is a fucking.
Those credits
trash
are gonna
human being.
spoil or something, so
She's-
I'm not gonna.
Oh, sorry, mate. Right, she is a fucking trash human being. She's got poor. Like, if you want to be transgender, if you don't want to be a man, you want to be a female, you don't want to be a him, you want to be a them. You do you. I respect you. You're just a human being to me. You are a human being. I'm gonna treat you the same. I'm gonna treat you how I expect to be treated. If you treat me like a cunt, I'm gonna treat you like a cunt. Right? That's how the world is. I'm afraid. Right? If you were to work with someone,
Someone's nice to you, you be nice.
you be nice to them. That's how the world should work. It's currency.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay you. You know what I mean? Like that's just how the world works. If you're horrible to me, I'm gonna be a cunt to you. Do you know what I mean? But us three, we get on. We've got on for 3 years. We're all nice to each other. We're great. We respect each other. We have a bit of banter, but we all know it's banter. All right. So J.K. Rowling, cunt, knobhead, prick, dickhead, overpaid. She didn't give a fuck about this game. She didn't give a fuck. She's already rich. If you're that rich, you don't see the
She's a
millions top
billionaire.
on top. Yeah, there you go. She's not gonna notice the millions going on to billions. All right, and we're gonna boycott this game. And people are saying, "Don't buy the game, don't do this." Right? But there's a list on that game, right? When he finishes that game tonight, or whenever he does, right? And it'd be executive producer,
6
it'd be,
months.
it'd be producers, it would be writers, it would be all the technical things in that game, right? And it'd be like, for example, it would be Liam Casserole, yeah, Liam Casserole,
Liam
right?
Hemsworth.
Who?
Niece.
Hemsworth.
Liam Hemsworth, whatever, right? He's just a normal person who made that game, right? Maybe he doesn't agree with J.K. Rowling, but that fucking cunt, right? That guy, that nice human being, I shouldn't have said that word really, right? He needs a job. He's trying to feed his kids, just like I'm trying to feed my kids. Just how Daniel's trying to pay his rent in that fucking ass. Just how Connor's sponging off his mum because he didn't pay her rent. I see him. All right.
Said what?
Nothing. Nothing.
But hypothetically, if that boycott did work and we didn't buy that game, and all them hundreds of people that worked their arse off for the past 3 years on that video game, just because of one human being who's a complete scumbag, and they needed that job to pay their bills, in 6 months' time, hypothetically, Avalanche has had a layoffs, Portkey Studios had a load of layoffs, and then
That's what would happen.
The kind of funnies of the world, and yeah, I'm wearing a kind of funny jacket right now, right, and the games Giant Bombs, easy allies of the world, right? They're all sat there going, oh, it's devastating for their families. I hope they all land on their feet. No, you fucking caused this shit by telling us what to do. Let us make our own decisions at the end of the day. Let's all make our own decisions. That woman, there was a lady or a transgender or they or them. I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong. She was on Jeff Grubb's thing, right? She went, oh, I don't even like their writing. I don't even like the books. You mean you don't like the fucking books? So?
Just you don't have to like the
You don't have
books,
to like
it's fine.
anything. What? You just came on that show to get an audience. I'm sorry, but this is the way it came across. Oh, I didn't even like the writing. Oh, my mum says she didn't even like the writing. Right? What's that got to do with the game? What's that got to do with the conversation right now? She's a trash human being. Don't talk about her.
Yeah, the more oxygen you give Rowling,
Don't give her the.
that's-
I don't give a fuck, man. I've got the collection in there for my kids because it's a magical
me
memories
too.
for the kids. Well, who? Like,
Yeah.
what? Let's just what?
I don't care about rally.
I care about the list on the back of that game. I'd love them to get the fucking things, and I want to read off every single one of them names, and I'm gonna say thank you very much for making a fucking, by the sounds of it, an amazing game. Because Connor likes it, but I don't like fucking nothing.
I hate everything. That's true.
There you go. I'm sorry, but that's been in my head for ages, right? Fuck
That's
J.K. Rowling. Let's care about the people that made this game because they had to support their friends and they had to support their family and they support themselves. All right. I don't listen to. We listen to podcasts for entertainment. But if they're telling me, "Oh, don't buy this game because of this, that, and the other," let's think about the repercussions of the reasons that. Let's think about the repercussions of the real life people. J.K. Rowling's J.K. Rowling's at this point now. She's so rich, like of the Bobby Kotick's of the world, the Vince McMahons of the world, the princes of fucking Nasib.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, if you want to get into that,
they're not real
things.
people anymore. At this point, you get that rich, right? They get so deluded because they think they think they're better than everyone. And that's what money does to you. They make you fucking stupid. Vince McMahon, I'm a massive wrestling fan, right? But he's a rapist. Do I have to stop watching wrestling now? Do I have to stop watching wrestling? Greg Miller, it will tell you about J.K. Rowling being a scumbag, but he will happily go to WWE and play and go and work for the Royal Rumble and work for the company that was owned by a rapist.
And working with Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, also then Saudi Arabia just buy a huge percent of WWE.
No, that was a rumor, but they do work with them
Oh,
constantly. Okay. They go out and do events over there all the
So
time.
unfortunately,
but if you want to talk about that, Sims, if you want to talk about that, Saudi Arabia and the Chinese government, they both have literal blood in their hands. Literal, like they are murdering people. And like,
not only that, like when you want to compare that to Hogwarts, it's like how much money. You know, obviously trans rights matter. You know, all that stuff. Do what
like
you want
I
with your
said,
body,
like
your
I said,
choice,
you
all that stuff.
treat
Yeah,
each other.
I couldn't agree more with all that. But like, how much money is going to J.K. Rowling, and then how much money of that is she putting towards preventing trans people from doing what they want? You know what I mean? Like, any? You know what I mean?
I mean,
like,
there probably is a number we don't know.
Such a minute amount though. When then Saudi Arabia, you buy a Nintendo game, they're getting a fuck ton more money off of that than J.K. Rowling is. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's such a gray area here with all this shit.
Colin's rant. I listened to Sacred Symbols in full for the first time ever.
Wow.
Yeah, they're really long episodes.
Colin's rant. I didn't like. He compared J.K. Rowling to Hitler, saying like he can tell you what Hitler did in 5 seconds. But he can't tell you what J.K. Rowling did without a 90-minute essay. And I quite understand. Like, I obviously, like, we all know just J.K. Rowling just has a big mouth and just disagrees with. She's just old-fashioned. Like, I mean, let's face it. Like, I've got grandparents.
I mean, there's more than that, but
yeah, there is. Like, but like, I've got grandparents that are like they say things all the time. But that was the time, wasn't it, back in the day? And you can't educate an 80-year-old. You can't. It's real life. I'm so sorry, but it is. Right? Who's got a granddad?
What happens in 10, 15 years when J.K. Rowling dies? Like, do you all go back to like Harry Potter? You know what I mean? Like, is it just over then?
Yeah.
No, it's the ship has sailed probably.
Because what is she? 60, 70?
No.
She's not that old.
50.
No, she's
not
probably
that old,
late
no?
50s.
Oh, okay. I didn't know she was that young.
Maybe 60
in the
early
day,
60s.
At the end of the day, just treat each other like it doesn't matter. Just treat each other well. Like, ignore her. She's a millionaire.
Yeah.
She's not right in the head. You get so much money. You think
She's
you're
a
a god.
billionaire.
No, she's a billionaire.
You think you're a god.
What I want to, I'll put a little bow on it, Sims. I know unless you have any other big rants you want to do, I'll put a little bow on it for you. To tidy it up. If you would like to support trans people, you can go to I think it's Trans Lifeline. I think that is the name of one of them. There's the Trevor Project, which is a long charity for trans people. There's a lot of things you could do out there to help those folks.
Well said.
Don't be a fucking hypocrite. Don't be a fucking hypocrite. Our heroes, our people that we love and respect and appreciate. Don't be a fucking hypocrite. Don't slag this woman off. Don't slag other people off and then go work for the company that's also absolute scumbags. All right? And I'd love to sell that to that one person. To all of them. You're all of them hypocrites. Because if they're putting money in your pocket, you're not bothered, are you? Let's face it. Next up.
Next up, indeed. Dead Island 2 has moved its release date yet again, but this
fucking
time, guys,
good news.
it has moved a week forward. A whole week. You'll be able to explore Hell A on April 21st. 2023.
You could say, Connor, that it got force pushed away.
Wow, yeah, cow. Sims,
Force.
which game do you think is going to be better, Dead Island 2 or Star Wars Jedi Survivor?
You don't want my answer. Okay.
No, because he doesn't
Why
like.
I asked.
He doesn't like Fallen Order. He's
I
a
don't-
crazy person.
I watched
I know, I
9
just
minutes.
like
I watched 9 minutes of him doing the same thing I did in number 1,
Sure.
and I didn't enjoy number 1 that much. And I'm not excited about number
Platinum
2.
did, though. Platinum did.
Yeah.
He hated it, but he platinumed.
Hated it, but I platinumed it. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Yeah, okay, cool. Dead Island 2, week earlier. Good news.
Good for
There-
them.
Yeah, I think Daniel, you're spot on. Jedi Survivor's coming out that day now. You got to move at least a week, so it gives you a little wiggle room there. But I don't want to hate on this game too much. I actually think it looks very good when you look at the gameplay. Like, it looks
I hope
fun.
the game succeeds. I want most games to succeed. Like
I want them all.
I
to
hope this game
fail,
sells.
honestly.
What?
Sure. Yeah.
Hold on a minute. Like, we just promoted good
Wait.
things to say. Like, can't say that now. I was very passionate. Like, don't make me look stupid.
We're going back.
I look forward to this game, right? Me and Natalie, we tried to play Dying Light last year, and we were bored like the whole way through. We didn't want to play. We got to the main bit, the big open world, and we were like, and she looked at me every night. It's like, do we have to play this? I was like, let's just try one more time. And it was just all of it was just way too serious. It was like, oh my god, man, we gotta get all this stuff, man. We gotta do this. Oh, he's the bad guy. Oh man, and I'm like, you're in this fictional world with zombies that don't actually exist, and then at nighttime they somehow come super zombies.
They're crazy zombies.
Do you know what I mean? And this guy is like, hey man, like serious as hell. He's like, we need help. No.
I like how your face looked like an NPC right there.
You need to stop taking this all so seriously. Alright? So, and then your Dead Risings of the world and your Dead Islands of the world, where they're just like, just have fun. Give me an open world. Give me a katana. Give me a katana with a fucking.
I want a bowling ball, and I want to bowling ball the zombies.
Exactly. With a flame.
Dead
on it.
Rising.
Yeah.
Like, all I want is to have fun in these games. I love Dead Rising. I love Dead Island because it's just fun and fucking stupid. You meet these stupid NPCs that are fucking stupid, and you just have a great time. And it's just repetitive but fun. And then there's no serious tones about it. I don't want no serious tones. I don't want the main character to have like his best friend dies halfway through, and all of a sudden now I've got to be the best friend, the guy that killed the best friend, and then played half of the game. I don't want that. All right, I want to have fun in my video games, and when the zombies, I don't want them to take no serious. All right, but the mushroom virus, yeah, very serious. All right, I want no R.I.P. Sam Henry. All right, but
Spoilers.
Just stop taking things seriously. All right, dead. What's it called? Dying Light. Stop.
Okay.
Okay. Sims doesn't want serious zombie games anymore.
Just don't need it, man.
Nope. When Last of Us Part 3 comes out, don't be buying it yet. All right, I don't want to hear it.
Just a picture of a clown. I said the mushroom virus was serious, all right? It's not zombies. Mushrooms.
All right. Dead Island 2, week ahead. Are you guys buying Sims? You buying this? I'm not buying this.
My birthday the week before, so yeah, I'll probably get it for my birthday.
Okay. Daniel, no? Jedi Survivor,
No.
Daniel?
I love the way Connor was like,
yeah.
I'm not buying this for you.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know, like you're buying this. I'm not buying this.
Knowing Connor's spending habits, he would have already pre-ordered it.
That's a good point.
I
That's a
could have
good
told
point.
you that.
Definitely would have by now. Yeah.
Does
Yeah,
the money
I
go
did not.
straight out, or does it
Yeah.
does it go? No.
PlayStation, yeah, it goes straight out. Xbox too.
So you bought
I
like
bought a
Jedi
lot.
Survivor in December,
Yeah.
and the money went straight out.
Yeah.
I love it.
Love it.
I
When you do
love
it.
it.
Well, it's always in case I get fired. It's like, okay, at least I got that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. He's got a good idea. And like,
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Next up, then, guys. Crystal Dynamics and Eidos. Or it's just Eidos now, right? Is it Eidos Montreal still?
I think there's. I think they are still Eidos.
Eidos.
Or
Okay.
yeah.
So Crystal Dynamics and Eidos are expected to release 5 AAA games over the next 5 years. Knoble is theorizing that it's Perfect Dark, Tomb Raider, a rumored Deus Ex game, and then for some reason he puts Fable, which I don't understand.
Yeah, because one of them is working with them on Fable.
They're working with
Yeah, I think it's Eidos is working with
what's their
Playground.
name? Playground. They're working with Playground to make
That's
Fable.
that's the that is the weird. That was what the weird thing when I think we talked about the weird thing when Embracer bought them is that this was already a rumor. Eidos working with Playground already, so it's two of those teams are helping Xbox work on a game anyways.
Yeah, why didn't
It's
Xbox
very
do
weird.
these guys?
Just I know.
It makes no sense.
Maybe they could still spin them off. I don't know. Maybe.
Shit, maybe they will because we know Amazon is publishing the Tomb Raider game. So it's like I don't know.
Well, they sold the whole IP.
Who knows what's going on with Embracer? They sold the
sold
whole IP to
The whole IP is
Amazon,
Amazon, I'm pretty sure.
Wow. Okay, so that's weird.
And then they sold it for like 600
fifth game. So I guess technically Perfect Dark and Fable aren't their games, you know? Like
no,
their splash screen will pop up before the game starts, but those aren't their games. But nonetheless, rumored Deus Ex game, cool. New Tomb Raider, cool. I think we were both expecting those. And then whatever this rumored fifth game might be, maybe something smaller out of them would be cool, but I don't know.
Maybe a mobile game, maybe?
Yeah.
Have you seen this mobile game being promoted by Will Smith?
No. What mobile game?
Let me have a look.
You just go around slapping people?
It's like these.
It's a slapping simulator?
Yeah.
Starring Will Smith?
Slap the game.
Let's get jiggy with it. Pop.
No.
Yeah.
While Sims brings that up, we'll go to our next news story.
Sorry, Daniel Lamar.
Sure.
Tencent is working with Will Smith for the marketing promotion of Undawn, its new open world survival game. This is developed by Tencent's Lightspeed Studio as a AAA cross-platform game, PC and mobile, built on Unreal Engine 4, set to release in mainland China next month. And there's this whole trailer with it, Will Smith.
Whoa. Okay, I didn't see this. That's crazy.
Let me share my screen.
Don't be supporting that game, people.
Let me share my screen. One sec.
Are you bringing it up?
Massively.
It looks
He's
like
got it.
Can the people see this, Sims?
I'm gonna
People can see your Twitter feed.
Oh, and do not put sound.
Why do we get copyrighted then?
No, we don't want Tencent to come after us.
Or do we? Tencent, you can buy us.
I mean, how much are you?
I'll
How
take
much
that
are you
money.
throwing? You know what I mean?
I'll take that, Yen.
How much are you throwing?
I'll take that yen. Hold on.
If Tencent wants us to move to China and learn Chinese and do the podcast exclusively in Chinese, would you guys be down?
Well, one of my good friends.
I'm not bored. I've got no
is-
morals.
teach-
I'm 100%.
Oh, a
teaches-
teacher in China. I remember you telling me about
One of
this.
my good friends teaches English in China,
Yeah.
so I have a
Go
connection.
party
even.
with that guy.
Yeah, I'll go hang out with Ned.
I'm sure those Chinese high school parties are probably fucking wild.
Yeah, don't do the sound. Make sure they don't hear sound. Sims.
I'm on it.
Okay. Look, Big Willie style here. I'll voice over the thing for you.
Hold on. Move. Add. Video capture.
You guys remember the Wild West movie with Will Smith?
Yeah, it
Great
had
movie.
Cisco. He did the song.
Gonna be
Yeah.
so why with
that's a
That's
good
a
song.
great song,
Good
dude.
song,
Yeah, that movie is fun. It's not a good movie, but
a
it's
great
fun.
Great
time.
movie.
Great-
Where's Wild West 2?
Great time. Wasn't there
I don't know.
rumors of it?
Have you guys heard about I Am Legend 2?
Yeah.
With Michael B.
Get outta
Jordan? It's
here.
like
Joe
a
B.
decade
Jordan
Will
later.
Smith.
and Will Smith.
Oh, I'm
And then
down.
the
I'm
second
down.
alternative ending is canon now.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
because the alternative ending is closer to the actual book, right?
Yeah, something
That's
like
why
that.
they're doing
And
that?
The alternative ending, he just rolls up with that kid and the mom at like the same town that they end up in the original ending.
Yeah, he doesn't sacrifice himself, right?
Yeah. Can we bring the dog back too? Can we like
No, the
erase
dog's
the
dead.
dog dying?
The dog's
can we,
dead.
Can we make that not canon?
No, it's canon. The dog's dead.
Fuck. I think we
I'm
should
sorry.
rethink that one. Can we get a new dog at least?
You want to see him
Right.
choking out another
So this is the
dog?
trailer. All right,
Wow.
this is the trailer. Okay, this is
What about
trailer.
Fred? Is Fred gonna be back?
Fred has to be back.
Fred has to be back. Okay, cool. I'm not liking this goatee Will Smith has here.
Yeah, it's not working for me. Make
Yeah.
sure this is no sound, Sims.
I can hear it.
No, we can hear it, but I'm just
Yeah,
saying make sure
Okay.
it's not a real view. Willie. I'm sorry to tell you.
You're telling me that's a green screen?
It's a blue screen.
I don't know
I'm telling
about
you
that.
right now.
That looks real.
This is
Some
Will
of these
Smith
shots are real.
Is this in
selling
China?
his soul. This is Will. You can see his soul if you watch closely. Right, I'm gonna David Attenborough this shit. If you
I
watch
really
closely,
don't like that
you can
goatee.
see.
Yeah, it's not working for him.
Loving Will
He
Smith.
would look better
man.
clean
Get rid
shaven.
of that.
He would look better clean shaven. Yeah.
Those wheels.
Sure. Where's iRobot 2?
What?
We don't
oh,
need a
man.
sequel to
Will
all these
Smith.
movies. They were good by
We do
themselves.
need
Will
an
Smith
iRobot
made
2,
some
though.
banger
No.
movies. Bad Boys 4 though.
I still need to watch 3.
What about The Pursuit of Happiness 2?
2. Ali 2.
We don't need a sequel to that
Ali
movie.
2.
We don't need a sequel to that one either.
I want
What's going
all
on?
of these.
There's zombies?
What's going on
It's
here?
another zombie thing?
There's a zombie
Uh-oh.
there. Oh no.
She's screaming.
It's 1 minute
Yep.
into this trailer. You
Yeah,
just start talking about,
zombies.
oh, they're nom in there.
What is this?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the game?
Oh, this is the game.
Now we're getting into the game.
Yeah, we are.
Just looks like a mobile game.
You
Is
see
that
that
Channing
hat there?
Tatum?
Watch this, guys. Watch. Watch.
Oh, he's got the
Watch.
Negan bat. Is this
Oh,
Negan?
Negan bat.
Lucille?
Oh no. See
That's
this?
Will Smith. That's not Negan.
You see this guy's hat there? You see that cowboy hat right hand
Yeah.
side? NFT.
Was
Oh,
that the
wow.
racist Undertaker hat you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bosh. I'm in. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm fucking.
Yeah,
in.
I'm all in on this. I don't need to know the title, honestly.
Well, what I would like
What does
to know
that
the
say?
name again.
2038? 2238? That's when it's coming out?
Is that next month? Sets release in mainland China next month.
No, I'm pretty sure it's at 2238. We got a while.
But yeah, that's it.
All right,
It's
well, that was
possible.
great.
That was a game.
That's what I'm here for. I'm just here to derail this podcast. Like I listen
We
to
get
this podcast
so off track when
every
Sims is
week.
here.
Every week,
Yep.
every week, right? I'm here, right, and I'm listening to the podcast on a Friday. I'm like, this is a good show, and then I'm here.
Yeah,
and I'm
you
like,
listen to it, you're like, wow, look how clean and professional these two are. Then you come on, and it's just like, what the fuck are we even talking about? We're
I'm
sitting here
like-
talking about Wild West 2.
oh man, I'm gonna get claimed for my fucking cover of Wild West fucking by Cisco. Like Cisco's like, yo, where's my money, man? I'm like, sorry, Cisco, man.
Just show him your KF jacket.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah,
cool.
yeah, true. Yeah.
Throughout this episode, Sims has managed to call the Undertaker a racist. He's gotten us all canceled.
No, I didn't call Undertaker a
and-
racist.
and
I did
now
that
he's
before the
promoting-
show.
And now he's promoting Will Smith and Tencent. So now
Yeah,
it's
and he's
just-
gonna get sued by Cisco.
Yeah, so it's just I don't even know what's going on. We're moving on to the next
Going
news story.
for a home run here.
Wow, man, Will
Next up.
Smith, man, that's bad, isn't it? That's crazy.
4A Games is making a Metroid Exodus sequel, and it's fully playable, so it may release sometime soon.
Yeah, I think I saw
When did the last one come out?
Tom-
2019?
2019.
Yeah.
And that
Was
was a
it?
great game. One of the
Was
most
it?
overlooked games that year. Yeah, Exodus is awesome.
it was
That
good.
game is awesome. All the Metro games are so
I've
good.
played that. I just 29. Yeah, it makes sense.
2019, yeah.
I
Yeah,
remember playing that in a
um,
demo at EGA.
I like
I-
when
I-
you wipe the fog off your visor.
Oh, it's so
too.
cool, dude.
Yeah, it is
Th-
cool.
those games are so cool.
The monster design in those games is really
Monster
cool, too.
design, just the atmosphere. They're
Yeah.
very like scary and ominous.
I wanted the
Um,
aliens to come back. There was aliens in like the second one or
Yeah.
something. Might have been the first one.
No,
never
I
came
mean
back.
that's a whole thing of the whole series.
Oh, is
really.
it?
Yeah.
I feel like there weren't aliens. I didn't beat Exodus, but were there aliens?
There is
I don't
some,
remember
like-
the aliens.
There are like monstrous things. Yeah, I think I saw Tom Henderson saying that he was thinking that it was going to be next year for the game. That it's still, if it's playable, it's probably in like alpha or so. So probably a little more time to develop and polish the game, and it'll probably be next year. I'd say maybe spring next year, another year. Probably get
That'd
an
be cool.
announcement,
That'd be
maybe
cool.
E3, maybe Game Awards.
Will it be the same character? Did Exodus end on like a cliffhanger or some
RTM.
sort, or like where it could continue?
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of characters. There's a ton of characters in the story. So, yeah, it could be RTM. It could be RTM. Spoilers: RTM has a kid. It could be RTM's kid. He could still be
Ooh.
there. If the character in the first game, he ends up getting in a relationship in the second game, they have a kid in the third game, or she's pregnant in the third game. So, could be RTM's kid. I'm very excited. I think the Metro series is a super underrated game series, and I'm give me a fourth game.
Give Daniel a fourth game. All right, moving on then.
I have a
Ubisoft has
question.
confirmed. God damn it, Sims. Here you go.
how the fuck, right? How the fuck, right? We got The Last of Us. It's the greatest video game TV series since Sonic the Hedgehog. Okay.
I don't know.
How the
about that, but okay.
fuck,
Sir,
do
have you seen the Super Mario Bros. Movies?
Have you seen
and then movies?
Castlevania animated? Have you seen Arcane? Have you seen Cyberpunk?
Have you seen Last of Us?
Yeah,
Right, you're very
watching
down
it.
on it. It upsets me. Right,
I'm not.
let me talk to you about this fight. How the fuck do you fuck up Halo, a TV series? How the fuck do you do that? Halo, right? All the fucking Xbox like, oh, fucking Halo, it's fucking great, fucking love Halo. Right, I disagree. Halo's shockingly bad.
What were they
But how
doing
the
with their hand
fuck-
right there?
Wanking,
I don't know.
masturbating, smashing one hat. But Halo, the
You're
TV series,
masturbating to the
how
naked
did
Master
that
Chief?
come and go and did not get the critical acclaim that The Last of Us is getting?
There's a
Halo.
really good Halo animated movie. I forget what it's called.
How the fuck do you
That
fuck
was
it up?
Legends.
Legends. There you go.
Yeah.
That was dope.
How do you fuck it up? How?
It just didn't have
How?
creators that wanted to that took care of the
You let
property.
Paramount take charge. That's how.
Yeah.
Don't go to fucking
It
Paramount.
just shows that there's like there's no love for Halo. Nobody loves Halo anymore, do they? No, nobody loves it.
I kind of talked to Tucker about this a little bit. Our friend Tucker from Backlog.
The one that
Banter,
doesn't have a stand on his
that-
PlayStation.
Yeah, he doesn't have a stand on his
This
PS5.
is how he's gonna find
I talked
out
to
about
Tucker a little bit about this. I mean, this is a complete derailing, but
Sorry.
I think it's kind of more of a
Oh, is it?
general discussion about. I think that Xbox in general gets dogged on and kicked down a lot of the time, and I think that kind of transfers to their IPs and Halo and stuff like that. I don't understand it. I see it happening all the time. People are just constantly talking down to the brand and its.
I think
stuff.
that happens with everyone though.
Yeah, it just
I
feels
think
more
you see
so.
it more because you're such a big Xbox fan. Right?
But I'm a big everything. If anything, I would at this point I'd say I'm more Nintendo than anything. But
really,
I would say that most
you're
of my
not out
favorite.
here buying Fire Emblem and shit.
You're the
yeah,
guy,
but
right? You're the guy, right? That posts
I don't have
every
to buy
month.
every.
Month, there's a fucking Xbox new fucking controller in the Discord chat. Like, look at this controller.
Because I think it's cool.
It's
I
fucking.
post
dumb.
all of
I'm
the new
dumb now.
controllers.
It's
I send you
dumb.
all the controllers.
Or no, or like, you to us, you're the Xbox
I just
guy,
think
and,
when
like,
you're
you
a big
take-
fan of something, you see a lot more hate of it because you just it sticks out to you more. you
Well,
know?
for Halo for sure, but I mean, I no, I don't see nearly as much hate for PlayStation.
I don't want to
um,
see
100% you
fucking
do.
Mango
With like the
No.
live service games coming
controller,
out and
mate.
stuff.
Yeah, but they're not even out.
PlayStation gets dogged on all the time. Nintendo gets dogged on all the time. They all
Okay.
get dogged on.
Did you
I'm not
see
saying
what-
that they don't. I'm saying to an extent higher. I think that
I feel like Xbox recently, ever since this new console generation, I feel like we're all rooting for Xbox. We all want them to get on track. Like,
I don't
feel like,
see.
I feel like the games
I
media
feel like-
in general feels like that. Like
I don't
we
know. I
all
feel like
would
we
love
are.
for Xbox to be come up and like all these big AAA games they're coming out with to be awesome. I feel like everyone's on that same page now.
Maybe some people. I feel like we are more positive. I think we're just more positive
Like
in general. but-
Starfield's getting a lot of hate, but like Starfield, Bethesda did that to themselves with Fallout 76. I feel, and
Yeah.
it's somewhat well earned through that, although they didn't make that fully. So it's like, and then Fallout 4, I know a lot of people were kind of iffy on. So I feel like Starfield in general, but like I'm not seeing like a lot of Redfall hate or anything like that.
I don't know.
Oh,
if you're
yeah,
looking
let's
at
talk
certain,
about
some people
Redfall.
don't
Let's
even
talk
know what
about
that
Well,
game
I
is.
mean, I didn't think Redfall looked very good, but like,
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. Maybe I'm just not listening. To
I've got like 4 weeks worth of news to defend on it. Like, first of all, Redfall fucking looks amazing. You're a fucking idiot. Second of all, all right.
It was just
I-
an
I-
observation. That was
I
it.
feel like they talk about dominoes, don't they? Like dominoes, the dominoes are gonna fall, the dominoes are gonna fall, the dominoes are gonna fall. I just feel like they have all like Xbox have all this like everything that seems to come out just doesn't seem to hit, does it? Except for Hi-Fi Rush. Like nothing's really hit, has it? Halo missed.
I mean, Halo hit.
Did
Forza
it though?
5 hit.
Did he? Though?
It did hit.
Forza did, yeah. Halo did, yeah, but
think-
did it though?
The things
Yeah.
with those not hitting is like we've had Halo and Forza for this whole last generation now
Yeah.
from Microsoft. So I mean, people are just sick of it. Like they really are. It's not that they're like don't want any more Halo or Forza games, but it's just like okay, Forza comes out, gets a 9 out of 10, gets a 10 out of 10. It's a great game. People are into that. Are going to be into that. We've done this over and over again. Same with Halo. Same thing over and over again. We just want new stuff.
Same with Gears, right?
And I mean,
think
look at
Gears 4
Hi-Fi
and
Rush.
5 are great.
Hi-Fi Rush is actually a really good example. That game's getting nothing but praise
Yeah.
because it's a great fucking game. Like if I think you'll see a lot less of that, Daniel, if they got to come out. These games got to come out and they got to be good.
Good.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Because that's when
gotta
they
come
get
out and
dogged on.
they gotta be the game of the year contenders. They just have to. Like Starfield has to come out and be the 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10
And if
game.
it isn't,
in the game
you're
of the
going to
year
get dogged on for the rest of the year.
Exactly. If
And
it
that's not
isn't,
necessarily
and
Xbox's fault.
if
that's
we're at the
Bethesda's
end of the
fault.
year and we get to the Keeleys and it's Spider-Man 2 and Breath of the Wild 2 are in the fucking game of the year thing and Starfield's not there, Xbox is gonna get dogged on.
Dogged on.
100%.
Sure.
And
And I mean, you should kind of want that too, because it's like obviously you don't want people to like get hated on and like lose their jobs ultimately and stuff like that. But it'll ultimately make Xbox better. Like Phil listens to that. Phil's more in tune with that shit than any of these studio heads, right? Any like Jim Ryan's
That's
not
true.
fucking out here paying attention to games media. Whoever the fuck Doug Bowser ain't out here doing that. Phil, really.
That's true. That's true. It was more of an observation than like me thinking it fully and concretely, right? It was just more of a I feel I see so much negativity around them more than I see for the other two.
I just feel like they brought it on
hardware
themselves
manufacturers.
sometimes. Like they just
Because
have
the
all
other
this,
two are
all this money,
consistently
all
coming
this-
out with good games.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Xbox. Just
I'm not
seems
saying
to
that there isn't a
miss.
reason for it.
Yeah.
Like last year was inexcusable. Last year was inexcusable. They should not. That should not have been a year like that. Like, what did you have out last year? And
Yeah.
I'm not even digging on you. That shouldn't
I mean,
have
it was-
happened. Your Xbox,
No, I agree.
Microsoft, one of the
Yeah.
richest companies in the world. You should have had a Gears, at least a little mini Gears game, or you should have had. You know,
I mean,
what
they had
all these-
Pentiment, which is one of my favorite games, but like I agree.
Yeah, but
with
that
you,
doesn't.
though.
I mean, I put that game on and it didn't hit. Like I was obviously right. You have to be in the right frame of mind. Everyone says you need to be in the right frame of mind. God, that doesn't work though. Like that you can't just play Pentiment. You got to be in the right frame of
Does.
mind.
Not every game is for everyone.
No,
No,
I
I
get
agree.
that.
It's just Pentiment. You know, this is obviously a very niche game.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you know that as much as
There's
anyone.
releasing
Yeah.
niche games, and then there's releasing AAA games that might, that the Call of Duty fan might. Oh, I'll play that.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Like I
just-
said, it's more of an observation on it than anything.
I was talking about Halo,
they
and all of a
just
sudden I'm
need
just like
the big
stomping on
games to
fucking
come
Halo's
out, and
head.
they need them to hit. Like that's ultimately
Yeah.
it.
Massively.
Yeah.
And this
like
is a
that
massive year. If Starfield doesn't hit, which I don't think it will. I'm so sorry, but I don't.
But what I will say too is they have a lot of other games this year as well. Like they have a bunch of stuff
But
coming.
Starfield is their baby. Redfall, if Redfall comes out and hits, and then Starfield comes out and doesn't hit, what we're going to be talking about?
The good games.
No, wrong.
Hopefully. I will.
And
be
we
talking
know
about the good
it,
games.
and we know it will. Yeah, but like,
I mean,
the
they're
game-
already off to an amazing start with Hi-Fi Rush. Like, that's
Massively,
going to
yeah.
be a game we're talking about at the end of the year. And if Xbox can do that with, Redfall, say Redfall's good, say even if Starfield isn't, Hellblade can come out and then also be good. If they can have 3 great games come out this year, there's going to be a whole different tune around Xbox this time next year.
Fingers crossed.
You want to see them all everyone
I
firing
want to
on
see
all
everybody
cylinders, you know?
flourish. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I watched that Xbox show, and half of it wasn't for me. And I was like, go and get them. And I love that Xbox little like that little development thing. It was great. Next up.
Yeah.
Next up, Apex Legends and Titanfall leads have announced the formation of a new studio called Wildlight Entertainment.
Missed out on the name there.
Have I?
Yeah, nah. They should have called it. This is what happens when you fuck with us. No Titanfall team.
Sure, yeah. And
This
so
is what
one of
Mohammed.
the
what's his
person that
name?
was the director of that rumored Titanfall 3-ish game has now gone over here and he's directing this game. So
Yeah, his name's like
yeah, you're
Mohammed
spot on there.
Salam or something, or I forget his name.
Let me try to see.
Yeah, I should say it in the article.
Mohammed Alavi. Alavi?
Something
Something like that.
Yeah.
Sure.
He was that guy. So he's gonna want to. They're probably gonna be making single player FPS games. That's what I would assume, right?
Yeah, something of the sort. You'd have to guess, right? It's interesting because Respawn was already a spin-off team of Infinity War, and now they're spinning off again, or at least some guys are. So I don't know. This happens all over the place, right? How many times do we see a new studio formed and it's like it's got X devs from this game and that game and this game, blah 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 blah. So yeah,
Yeah,
game
and
devs being game
Mohammed,
devs.
he was with West and Zampella like all the way back in Infinity Ward. Like he moved and he was there at Respawn's founding.
One of the OGs.
One of the OGs, yeah.
Okay.
So
So
I
cool.
would keep an eye
Another
out for
big AAA studio. Keep your eye on.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a part of that, however many there are, 30 of those studios
So many
that came up. Crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of these that have popped up recently of just big X devs from other big studios making new studios. So yeah,
They're gonna start
A lot
they're
of
gonna
games
start
coming.
releasing games soon.
yeah. I mean, I would kind of consider the Callisto Protocol to be like the first one. Of
Oh,
those,
true.
Right? Yeah.
Right, true. That's a good point. And I think that's a good start, right? If we're gonna
Yeah,
get this
definitely.
caliber game from a lot of these people, yeah.
All right. Our last news story then. The January 2023 MPD numbers have officially released. And we're gonna go
Ooh,
over the entire top 20.
been waiting for this.
Starting with number 20, NHL 23. Number 19, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. Number 18, NBA 2K23. Number 17, Just Dance 2023. Number 16, Need for Speed Unbound. Number 15, Minecraft. Number 14, Mario Kart 8. Number 13, Monster Hunter Rise. All the way up from 68.
Hey,
Had a new
that-
release on the new consoles, right?
yeah, the PlayStation and Xbox, yeah.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Number 12, Sonic Frontiers. Sims. You like Sonic Frontiers? How is it?
Ooh.
I don't think he started it. Did he start it?
Yeah.
I saw him playing
We can talk about it while we're playing.
Ooh, okay.
Yes.
Maybe we'll get to that later. Slight tease. Number 11, The Last of Us Part 1. There you go. There's that jump from the TV show.
Yeah.
When did that
Based
show
on the
start?
hit
Mid-January?
video. Based on the hit video.
Yeah.
That picture was so funny.
Crazy.
People are fucking
I think that was a
stupid.
joke, but that was funny. That was very funny.
Yeah, we'll see where it lands in February with like the show in full
I think
swing.
March will be the big one because the PC release. I'd be
Oh,
very curious to see
true.
where
Wasn't that the end of
where
March
that
now?
lands down. Yeah, it moved to like March 28th or something
I
like
really
that.
want to
So
play that game on a Steam.
maybe
Deck.
April will be the one you want to look at. But
Yeah.
I'll
We'll
be
just keep
very
an eye on that
curious
game
to see
though for these next few months because we're
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
start
be
getting
curious
some.
how long it lasts. Like, if this ends up staying in the top 20 like all year, then that'll probably be. It won't, but like that would probably be what Sony wants.
Yeah, the problem with that is how many big releases there are this year. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Number 10, Pokemon Scarlet/Violet. There you go. Yeah,
Still
again, they don't include the digital numbers there. So, but we know this game is sold stupidly amount. So there you go.
Yeah.
Number 9, new one, One Piece Odyssey. There you
Hey,
go. Pretty good, right?
pretty good for that game.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Not bad at all. Number 8, God of War Ragnarok. Number 7, new one, Forspoken. Jumping in at number 7. Not sure
Not
if that's
too bad.
exactly what Square's going to end up
I
wanting.
probably wanted more, but not too bad. It's in the top
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, I think they're ultimately going to be pretty disappointed with this, which kind of sucks because I like seeing new IP do well, but, is what it is.
I
Yeah.
really want to play it.
Sims wants to play it. Number 6, Elden Ring. Number 5, new one, Fire Emblem Engage. Jumping all the way to number
Nice.
5. There you go.
Beating the god Elden Ring.
Yeah, just niching it out there, huh?
Yeah. Good for that game.
Also, no digital sales on that one, so it's probably a bit higher even.
Could be. Yeah.
Number 4, FIFA 23. Number 3, Madden NFL 23. Number 2, new one, Dead Space Remake. Let's go.
Hey, let's go. Let's
Hell
go,
yeah,
Dead
people
Space.
buy Dead Space. I want more
Yeah.
Dead Space. I saw the alternate ending and I was like, ooh, that's cool. That's cool. I wonder what they're doing there.
I just looked at it because I just wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Pretty
I was
cool.
gonna play it this week.
It's a very well done remake.
I was gonna
Yeah.
play it, but I've picked up my Steam Deck.
It'll do it.
That's a problem.
Okay,
And then your
Paradise.
number 1 for January 2023, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2022.
No way.
Call of Duty
That's
Modern Warfare
wrong.
2. Is that wrong?
That's wrong. There's no way. It can't be
No
Call
way,
of
you
Duty
don't think
number
so?
one. No,
Nah,
there's
I
no
don't
way.
I think they're lying.
Call of Duty sucks every year. It can't sell that well.
It's a good point.
Call of Duty reminds me of Manchester City. Scumbags.
How so?
They're just shit, aren't they? They're just shit. They just got all the money, and they just buy their way to the top. That's all it is. There's no quality.
They just buy their way to the top.
It's just the same shit. And then there's always something dodgy going on. And Man City's been caught out, eh? So Call of Duty, will you wait till Xbox get into Activision's little database? And they're like, ooh.
They're lying. Call of Duty sold like 10 copies every year.
Every year, 10 copies.
Did we talk about the I don't think I put it in here. Did we talk about it last week about the rumored Call of Duty game for the fall?
Oh, we did talk about that last week.
That was last week? Okay.
Yeah.
That's an avid listener to the show.
I think there was a bit more details this week, but
yeah,
I guess we'll just wait for the full reveal. We did touch on it last week.
Okay.
But there you go. There's your MPD numbers starting off the year.
Yeah.
We'll see.
You know what wasn't on there?
What's that?
Hi-Fi Rush. But that's okay.
It's not Game Pass.
It wasn't marketed, and it's on Game Pass. So like, and it's also a budget game, so it's it's not a full price because that's based off of revenue, right? Not like copies sold.
MPD.
MPD, isn't it based off of revenue, not copies?
I'm not entirely sure actually.
Because like based off of revenue, it is a cheaper game, so it probably wouldn't be on there anyways.
It's actually a good question.
I'm pretty sure it's revenue.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for the news for the week. We'll now move on to what we've been playing. Sims, start with you. You haven't been here in a while. What the hell you been playing for the last month?
Yeah.
Right. So where'd you leave me? Right. So, God of War. I did God of War. I finished God of War. So, I'm gonna put some spoilers. The spoiler warnings for a lot of things here because I'm gonna talk about it openly.
Sure.
So, like, I'm about 3 weeks removed from God of War finishing it.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. I did love it. Not as good as the first one.
That's fair. I mean, some people think that too. I mean, I think it's a messier game.
Yeah.
And not necessarily a bad way, right? I think there's just so much going on. And in that way, I think it's a little bit messier. It's not as clean and tight and more intimate of a story as the first game is.
The first one was like A to B.
Yeah.
A little bit of Roblox in the middle with your bad guys and your Freyas and Atreus getting poorly and then Atreus is like character moment. This one's like the whole like.
I think you muted yourself.
I did do that. Like going from like in this one is like Atreus, Kratos. It's not tight, is it? It's not from A to B. It's go here, go then come back, go here, then come back. And it was at the end. There was moments in it. I was like riveting. I was like, oh, really in. I'm in. And then it just kind of like has that lull that Daniel spoke about. Like, there was just that lull that I was just like, oh.
There's a pretty big lull in the game.
Yeah, I'm like, I just want to play. I want to get more. And then obviously when there was like Odin on screen, I was riveting. When Heimdall. When he was on the screen, I was all in and like, when Angerboda was.
Yeah, you are.
Like Angerboda, was it Angerboda?
Angerboda.
Angerboda was on the screen. I was like, everyone was amazing, everyone. But when it finished, I was like, oh man, this is sad. But I was like, it's just not as good as number one. It's not, and like, obviously that's an opinion. Though.
Yeah,
but fair. I think the problem is right. Number one is my favorite game, like of all time. I think. Like it's like they're up there with like so like it I suppose like
I would have guessed Wind Waker at this point, but
I would have guessed Marvel's Avengers
or Marvel's Avengers.
Look, I haven't spoke about that ever.
Or Days Gone. I don't know.
But you know what I mean, like but that story with him and his son and like watching his son grow up and like, but I've spoken about it so many times. There just wasn't that many. There was a few moments like like Atreus like getting his own tent and coming into his father's room and then his dad telling him that story. And it didn't hit me the way that it probably hit other people. But I was like, I get it, I understand it. Like Kratos getting emotional and like him worried about like losing his son or etc. etc. But when it was all said and done, like the best character in the game was Sindri. That character change was.
I don't agree.
Incredible.
Yeah, it was great.
I mean, this is my from what I left from it was just like that. You're a Freya person. But Sindri.
Well, I mean, I think it's clearly Kratos, Atreus, Freya, and Odin were probably the best characters there. But I like Sindri a lot.
But like Sindri's like character change from that moment, from going to an OCD, clean freak, worrisome, whittler, almost some kind of like depressed state of worry of like obviously hiding the secret from Brock about him being dead technically, and then that moment where Brock dies, and then all of a sudden he just turns everything. He just switches off. Off. He had blood on him. He wasn't bothered about anything. He was angry. He was everything he was not in that game and a half. And then his eyes were red. There was no forgiveness in his heart. There was nothing. It was like his brother was dead, and he was dead. And then at the end where like where Tracer's got the marble, and he just without a thought, even before you can even process what Tracer's doing with this marble, or like, oh, what are you gonna boom, gone. There's no thought process, and that was like fucking hell. What a great story moment of like, what a great character moment from Sindri. Just like because you were like, it was like this is like he's like holding, like, what do I do? And then he just comes from nowhere and just boom, there's your fucking problem. See you in a bit, Odin. And then you have your funeral, and like Kratos is this. I can just remember Sindri moments all the time, especially when I finished it. And then Kratos gives him I'll talk to you, and he's like, no, fuck off, and then leaves. I'm just like, oh man, Sindri's so good.
Did you see the secret ending?
Well, at the funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah, where Sindri turns up.
But that's what he was just saying.
Yeah, like Kratos goes to.
He was talking about the ball part. That was at the end.
No. He was just talking about when Kratos was talking to him.
And Kratos goes to touch him on the shoulder, and Sindri's like, "No, fuck off," and then leaves. I don't know. It was just them moments. Really, like they just like that moment, and like, and is it Thrud? Like she was a good character.
Yeah, I liked her a lot.
I feel like Thor kind of just died all of a sudden, he had this great character moment.
I could have used more of that with the relationship with Thrud and Thor.
Yeah. Next, he's obviously like relapsed.
That bar fight was really cool though.
Yeah.
Right?
And then the fight with I don't get why no one's ever spoke about this moment of like, I think, what did you have to do? I text you then. I was like, you and Atreus had to go and do something together. It was right at the end. And you fight them, the three... where
you're fighting the Valkyries.
The three Valkyries come out, yeah. And then you and Atreus, like, he turns into a bear.
Do that badass pose.
That's because no one wants to spoil that moment.
That was by far the great... And it was like, I don't know if it was in the moments bit on our game.
It was not.
And I was just like, I text Connor straight away and I was like, how the fuck was that not on the list?
A lot of things.
Yeah.
There were a lot of God of War moments.
But that was... Yeah. I've got it on a picture on my phone, like just like instantly. Great. It was just so good, so cool.
That bear pose is really cool.
Yeah, the cool little
synergy, man. But the problem is like, obviously I normally like platinum games, so I was like, I'll go around and get everything, and I just didn't, because I didn't love the game, but I didn't love the game, if that makes sense. I got the story, and I was like, I'm done. Like, and I was like, the 3 days, like, just pondering, like, do I want to do it? Do I want to walk around? Like, do I want to, like,
don't force yourself. That's how you dislike stuff.
Exactly. So I was like, you know what, I'm done. I just
he loved Jedi Fallen Order until he went for that plan.
Exactly. I remember this, Connor. I remember that. Not about favorite, but he was positive on the game, and then he did it to himself.
Wait, did he play this game on this show? I don't remember this.
He was platinuming it when we were starting the show.
Oh, really? Okay, that really happened. Wow.
It did. And I remember him liking it and then hating it when he started platinuming in the game. He did it to himself.
You did it to yourself.
Did it to myself.
It worked backwards with Days Gone. He realized how bad it was, and then he went for the platinum. It was pretty good.
I love the game. Right. But yeah, so God of War, I'm glad I've done it. It's out of the way. Not as good.
Yeah, I would say the only thing you have to see is that secret ending, and then I would also do the open world stuff in that one area wherever
Well, like,
the
obviously, I've had
canyon, I
everything
can't remember what
spoiled
the
for
fuck
me.
it was.
Crater.
I know you
Yeah, the
find.
crater. There you go.
I want
There's
to
a lot of
see.
cool shit there.
I wanted to see Thrud fly off with a hammer. I want to see that.
Yeah, that's there.
And I want to see.
Did you go and meet the real Tyr?
I want to go see that, but I haven't.
That's cool. Yeah,
You have to
That's
go
cool.
get him.
Yeah, I
yeah.
might just
You go
Google
get him from the
use
prison
Google,
in
yeah.
that Niflheim, I think,
So
wherever
where's
the
this?
crows were.
What's this crater that you're on about?
The crater is like it turns into like this whole open world section, and I forget what realm it's in. I think it's in the same realm.
It's Freya's realm.
Yeah, I think it's in that same realm, but it's like a completely different area from there. Yeah, it is because you can take the boat there, the flying boat thing. But like, there's like this whole open world area, and you can like change it from like a day night cycle with those fucking whatever it was called. There's like a fountain. You do a little spinny thing on it.
Yeah.
Comes across and does that. But there's like just a lot of really interesting shit there and cool boss fights and stuff. But it's just different from the entire game because it's like they're fucking around with like their own open world idea.
I'm so glad that I didn't play God of War before it. Because I was just like, I was just God of War
It would have
out.
been a lot. Yeah. It would have been a lot.
Too
But
much.
then I went straight to Plague's Tale. And I was already like 4 or 5 chapters in. So I was already 4 or 5 chapters in. So, and I was like, I had this big idea of like, I could Steam Deck it and like stream it through the cloud. So I did a bit of that. And then I was like on the Xbox at night. So like at work, I had like an hour to kill. Like I got half an hour break or whatever. It was like a cheeky 15 extra. So like, and I was like, I wonder how the cloud works. And the cloud was flawless. Like the tiniest. Like you have to know, like you have to, if I said to you play that, you'd think I was playing a normal, like you'd play it.
I wouldn't say you need too much pinpoint stuff with Plague Tale.
No, exactly, so. Yeah. So like I was only playing like, I was just like trying to get rid of the rats, etc. And obviously it takes you come back to a game, it takes a while to like kind of get to the gist of it. But no, as like, the story progressed, you meet these amazing characters like you and Hugo, like you with Hugo most of it, and then you're with what's the brother's called?
Which one?
Who's the brother? Is Hugo the brother?
Hugo, Amicia.
And then who's the other boy? Who's the other boy?
Lucas?
That's
Lucas.
Yeah. I always get him mixed up.
He's not. He's not the brother.
No, he's just the family of the friend. No, he's
my brother.
Just in the way. That's deep, man. That's real deep. And then you spend like the first your first 5 missions with Lucas. You get to know Lucas. He's like he's like, listen, Amicia, why are we killing all these people for? And I'm just like, Lucas, they're gonna kill me if I don't kill the. Like, why are you on my case? Look what
you
want to
fucking die, Lucas.
Yeah, should I let this person kill you?
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? What a fuck is
We've already seen you get captured before. All right, shut the fuck up, Lucas.
I just rescue you.
It's crazy. And then, but obviously, the story develops, and you get to a point where you meet Arnold. I don't.
Arno.
Arnold. I don't
Arno.
get it.
No, he's
Arnold.
French. There's no D.
He's the greatest
silent.
video game character of all time. We've already decided that.
You meet him anyway, and then and then you meet Sophia, and like let's talk about Sophia. All right, Sophia.
That's not
the way that she spoke to Hugo and made him feel like a child. But then very brief moments where this child is no longer a child. He is a disease. He is bad for the planet. He needs to go, and everyone knows it. Amicia knows it, but she don't want to admit it.
Yeah, Sophia talked to him like a real person.
Like a real person, like a real child, like a child. Like, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, he didn't need speaking to like an adult. He needed speaking to like an adult when he needed to like an adult. But when he was a child, so she spoke to him like that, and it was real. It was real moment. What?
Yeah, he's like 6 years old.
Like 6 years old. He's real. It was real. It felt real. I felt that as a parent. I was like, you handled that situation really well, rats and all. Like you handled that situation.
Yeah,
really
Sophia's
well.
great. She was
Amazing,
a great character.
Incredible. Amicia, like just that.
Amicia, come on, dude, she's so good.
It was just the whole like. I don't get it. Like Amicia was like so angry, and and then you could feel how desperate she was to protect her. Like you could feel how desperate she was to protect her to the bitter end, and then to the point where he broke. Somehow it was a bit weird how like he'd like kind of like come to her in like a spiritual way of like listen, you've got to do it. We've been through. You've seen what's happened. It's almost like a prophecy because it's already happened with 2 other people. And then he's like, you've got to do. You know what's gonna happen if I don't. And I'm gonna spoil it in a minute. And then that whole like moment, and then he breaks her down, and she's like, okay, I understand. Like, and I was just like, nah, it's not gonna happen like that. It's not gonna happen like that until
There's
it
gonna be a
happens.
twist.
Until it happens, and fucking ends. And
They make you do it, Sims. They make you do it.
Honestly, I was like making noise. And like, so the game makes you kill your brother. All right, spoilers. Fuck yeah. All right, if you're not played it yet, so you aim with that.
More
button,
people need to play this game.
You aim with this button, and then you aim with that, and then you have to hold that to spin it. And once you let go, you release. I shit you not, about 4 minutes not wanting to let go.
The rats could have taken over the world by that point, Sims. You gotta get going.
I don't care. And then when you let go, it faded to black. To black instantly. The game is over. And yeah, there's a bit of a prologue. Is it a prologue? Epilogue, admittedly.
The epilogue's really fucking good.
Yeah,
it is very good. And then there's an extra credit scene.
That extra credit scene.
Like the extra credit scene.
How many years is that in front then?
We don't know.
I think it's present day.
It's more modern.
Daniel, did you tell me there was like beeps in the background or whatever?
Yeah,
that
there's
like
it's
a heart
hospital
monitor type thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a hospital, and you hear someone in high heels walking.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
present. I think it's present day. At least 80s.
It could be I mean, it could be in the 1900s at least, right? Like somewhere, you know,
somewhere with electricity.
Yeah, more modern for sure.
So is this like rat disease? Like it's like the fucking Avatar. It just gets passed on through generations.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the firebender now. We're getting to this is the new firebender here.
That'd be cool.
I thought we meant blue people.
Make a third run, and it's like modern day New York. So they got a lot of rats there.
I think it is modern day. I think it is. I really
it's
do.
gonna have modern day stuff for sure.
That'd be weird. I don't know
They
how
can
you
make it work.
Exactly. No, they could. I wonder if they will, though. I wonder if that'll ever come to fruition.
I will say though.
Why not?
I will say this. I will say on the record, publicly, podcast and all.
Sure.
Okay.
Plague's Tale
Public statement here.
Is better than God of War Ragnarok.
Public statement.
And not enough people know that because not enough people have played this game.
More people need to play.
This game is amazing, magical, a tiny bit repetitive. But you know what? Every game is a tiny bit repetitive, no matter where you look at it. God of War Ragnarok repetitive. Elden Ring repetitive. Like, but this game, like the story that goes with it, is fucking impeccable. Like the pain and the suffering that the pain and the suffering these children go through, like you what happens to your family, to yourself, to your friends, like everyone. No one is safe. Take up it here, safe. Like, it's ridiculous. So I've finished that. I've told you this in the past. Like, if I'm getting up early in the morning to play a game, then I'm enjoying it. Like, I'm getting up. I'm losing sleep to play this game.
You're sacrificing sleep.
I'm sacrificing sleep to play this game. And I was like, right, I get up now, I play an hour. And then obviously I finished that Friday night, and now I'm just like, nothing will fill the void. Nothing will fill this game void. Tried. I was like, you guys are always like, oh, playing Hi-Fi Rush. It's really good. The art style's really good. Oh, the art.
Anyone told you to play it? You should play it.
Do not downplay Hi-Fi Rush.
So then I put it on, and I'm like, oh yeah, the art style. Oh yeah, actually, it's really good. But unfortunately, it's just not for me. Like, I can't.
If you don't like character action games, then
I'm over it at this point, because I was back in the day. I was playing your Dante's Inferno, your Devil May Cry's. Yeah. I played your Bayonetta ones, and then to the point
the beat aspect doesn't do anything for you though.
No, because it stresses me out. Because I'm like, boom, boom.
I really don't.
I'm doing it right.
Don't have to be stressed about it.
And then number 2, and then the chapter 2 comes around. And he's like, here's your combos, and I'm like, I think you mentioned it, like you remember a few combos, and that's it. And I'm just like, I'm done. I don't want to remember these combos, and to be honest with you,
you really always don't have to.
I'm always tired about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and that's the time I put it on. And the beat and the music, it makes me fall asleep. I fall asleep. I fell asleep every night playing the game.
That's the
I
exact
didn't.
opposite
It took
of what
me.
they were
It took
going
me
for.
4. It took me
Yeah.
4 days to finish chapter 1 because I was
Oh
gone,
wow.
gone, sleeping.
Like an
'Cause
hour.
Natalie would shout at me because I'd fall asleep with the sticks, so I'd just be going in a circle, and she'd be like, "You're making me feel sick. Like, you're making me feel dizzy. You need to stop. Go to
Yeah,
bed."
I mean, I think the story's really good and the characters are really good.
I can see where
you
it's
get to
going.
see
Look,
some really cool stuff. Like,
Chai's
it
amazing.
sucks that the game isn't for you, but like, it doesn't have to be at the end of the day. So like, it's nice that you tried it. But
I'm
yeah.
upset with myself, but I know I'll keep falling asleep playing it.
Yeah,
That's
no,
okay.
I mean, it's awesome. You tried it. It's cool. You don't like it. It's fine. Play what you want. But you're completely wrong, and I hate you.
I respect that. I obviously I'm struggling to find a game in the moment, so I was like, oh, we'll try Sonic Frontiers. It's a strange game. It's just like
I didn't
Sonic.
like that long dramatic pause.
It's
before
like I
that.
like it. I played it for like 2 hours last Saturday, and I'm like, I'm having a good time, I think, but I'm bored at the same time. I'm like, oh, so I need to collect that to collect more stuff, to then collect more stuff, to collect more stuff. So then if I do that, I get to collect more stuff.
Uh-oh.
And he's gone.
The blizzard wiped him out. There he is.
To collect more stuff, to collect more stuff, and then to collect more stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then
I don't know what happened.
Basically, you're just collecting stuff to collect stuff to then go into these worlds to collect stuff. And I was just like, you know what? I've grinded about 7 rails, and I feel like the rest of the game is going to be me grinding more rails. And I'm like, I'm out.
Was the grinding rails not fun?
Just it doesn't feel right.
Tears of the Kingdom seems to be taking some inspiration from this.
I don't know. It didn't feel right. If it, and then it's kind of like there's Natalie said it's like a skill, like having them reflexes, like having him go fast and then trying not to have that rhythm like messed up. You know what I mean?
There's a rhythm.
It's
to
going
this
so
too.
fast, and then like obviously that you have a button to like press square, and then it's like homes in on the bouncy pad to then home into a bad guy to then home into a bouncy pad to then go around the loop to have that automatic loop run, if that makes sense. And then all of a sudden, like the camera might shift and it's running towards you, and like you've got to collect the fire.
Yeah, the camera, from what I've seen, looks crazy.
Yeah,
the camera seems messed up in that game.
So, yeah, I'm just gonna trade it.
I heard the music is incredible. How's the music?
Yeah, it's great. It sounds great. Like it's all.
Yeah,
like,
I heard it was
like,
very
the open world's nice and chilled out music. And then you get into I've only done like 2 or 3 of the space mission, the basic, the normal Sonic missions in 3D.
Those are the ones that looked really cool to me.
Yeah, it was good, but I just couldn't. Like I said, I haven't got that. It's like a skill in it. You've got to learn it, and I'm just like, it's just. It's
Sonic, knock it off with the 3D games.
Just knock it off. Just
where's
keep
Mania
making
2?
Movies.
That's what I'm saying. Just stick with that.
Make movies. It doesn't need to make games anymore.
Maybe we could just get rid of Sonic altogether. We don't need Sonic.
Don't say that, Daniel. He'll come.
I just did.
Daniel.
Wait,
if you disappear, a blue blur's gonna come.
I think
by
I
Daniel
heard something. I should open my door.
Why is your light just turned lower than normal?
Smacks you in the face.
Where am I at now then? So then I've done that. Done Sonic. Tried Sonic.
There's more? Jesus.
He hasn't been here for a month.
I'm just saying, this man complains he doesn't have enough time. Sounds like he got a lot of time here, but
I've only played 2 games technically, haven't I? Since December.
Sonic.
But no, because I'm telling you, that's like a 3-hour session and 1 day, and that's it. That's my best. I'm out. And then what was that? Hi-Fi Rush. That was at least 5 days, 1 hour before I fall asleep. Honest to God, gone.
You must have played. So what? The mission took an hour. So you played 15 minutes a day. You fall asleep that quickly. Man, that's an effective way to fall asleep. Honestly, you should just put that on anytime you're having trouble sleeping.
Who needs the melatonin gummies? You just have Hi-Fi Rush.
Sleeping, man. Absolutely.
I swear we're all gonna find out in like 10 years. Melatonin's gonna give us all like cancer, and we're all gonna die or something.
Oh. I mean, I can only hope.
Please.
So now I'm just playing my Steam Deck. I'm playing Arcade Paradise. Just having a great time.
Oh,
what?
that game, Arcade Paradise.
What was that?
So
You haven't heard of Arcade Paradise?
You're just this dumb kid.
This is a mobile game.
No.
PC. It's on PS.
Okay.
It's on PlayStation 5, Xbox, everything. So basically, you're a dumb kid, right? And your dad's like, right, you're not doing anything for yourself. I've got this laundrette. Go and run it. Make sure it's ticking over. Clean it. Look after it. You learn the basics. Wash the clothes. Dry the clothes. Send them. And then get the money. You make about $30. You make about $30 per if you do a good run. So then you go in the back room. There's an arcade machine in the background, and then you realize that the arcade machine makes more money than the laundrette. So then you're trying to prove to your dad that you earn more money, and then you buy more arcade machines, and then you prove to your dad that this is better business than that, and then you just like an everlasting gobstopper lifestyle, like a system. Buy more arcade machines, you make more money.
Yeah,
It's like a business simulator game.
But every arcade game is a game.
And you can play them.
Yeah, every one of them.
That sounds fucking dope. Why haven't I heard of this?
Yeah, it's a cool game. It's not a game for me, but I've definitely seen some gameplay.
It's just and even to me, like the laundrette side is so good. And then you just got your day starts with picking up the trash, and then you go in and you get a couple of to-do lists like to earn a different currency to earn upgrades.
Is that Arcade what?
Arcade Paradise.
Arcade Paradise.
And
I don't know if there's a Switch version.
There's a PS5.
I know it's on Xbox, PS5,
PS5
and PC.
It's on
I don't
Switch.
know. It is on Switch. Cool.
Yeah. And the music's great, and you upgrade the building. You can you get planning permission to expand the building, and they gamify everything. So gamify throwing the trash away. They gamify cleaning the toilet. You don't have to clean the toilet once every 2 weeks. Yeah, it's just I'm just chilling. I'm waiting for Natalie's just finished playing Ghostwire Tokyo, and now it's her birthday in 2 weeks, and I bought a Hogwarts. So obviously, I'm not allowed to play Hogwarts because my TV's next to her TV. So if I start playing Hogwarts, it's gonna get spoiled. So we're gonna start Hogwarts together, and I just want to play Hogwarts. So there's a downside to everything, kids. Don't get 2 TVs. Alright?
Don't get 2 TVs.
Don't do it.
I think it's a cool setup you got.
Oh, it's sick. But when she's like, "Oh yeah, you can't play that game because they don't want it spoiled for me," and I have to respect her wishes.
Of course.
Yeah.
But then obviously she finished Ghostwire Tokyo yesterday. She's like, "Oh, can I get Hogwarts?" I was like, "No, wait." So I think she's playing.
So you're preventing yourself from playing Hogwarts.
Yeah, massively at this point.
No.
You could just give it to her.
But I think she's playing High and Live.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, Daniel, you and I are playing Hogwarts. Is that the only thing you're playing before we jump into that?
I've not had a lot of game time this week. Really less than normal, actually, which has been less than my normal. So I beat Black Ops 2. We're doing Back COD Banter. We're bringing that back. It was on hiatus for a little bit, so
You guys are all the way on Black Ops 2 already? Damn.
yeah. So
What was the
that
one
was only
before
it was
Modern Warfare 2?
Modern Warfare 3.
Modern Warfare 3. Oh shit.
Yeah.
How's it go then? Goes Modern Warfare 1, then World at War.
Call of Duty 1,
Modern
2,
Warfare
3,
2.
Call of Duty 4, World at
Uh-huh.
War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, Ghost,
Okay.
Advanced Warfare.
That's what the rumor is about the
Inf-
new one, that it's taken inspiration from Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, and
The
that was one of
exosuits
the
are supposed to be
worst.
back.
One of the worst
I like
ones.
the wall running. Was that the one with Kevin Spacey?
Yeah.
No,
Kevin
that's so
Spacey was
great.
cool in it. Oh yeah, we're not allowed to talk about him now either. Fuck.
Yeah, so I beat that game, which was only 5 hours or so. That took pretty much my entire weekend.
Really cool zombie mode in that one with the Pentagon.
Yeah.
That was fucking dope.
Yeah. And then I've only put about 3 hours into Hogwarts.
Okay, not very far then.
No, I mean,
Well, how
we
you
wanna
like it?
talk about it.
How's the opening?
Yeah, the opening it was good. It was I kind of like that it wasn't just like, oh, I'm not trying to spoil anything for Sims, but it was just, it's not like, oh, you're at the school and we're just going to start you immediately, like, put the hat on, whatever. Like there is an opening to it. I like that. I named my character Madeline Mayberry. I wanted to sound very
Magical as fuck. That's
very magical.
Magical, yeah.
She's straight out of the book, basically. That was my goal. I basically did the first day without spoiling anything, Connor. You wouldn't know what I mean by just the first day. I did like the first few classes, went to the Hogsmeade, the town, did that bit, just go around to the little places and stuff. And then I got back, and that was it. That's pretty much as far as I've gotten.
Okay. Haven't done a lot of exploring or anything.
Not a lot yet, no. So far it's fun. It runs pretty great. I'm in performance mode. And it still looks good even in performance mode.
Yeah, I tried out the other modes. Not that big of a difference. The ray tracing one was pretty cool, but it wasn't anything where I was like, oh, I feel like I'm missing out on other things.
So are you playing performance?
Yeah, I'm in performance as well, yeah. I feel like you kind of need it in this game too. Like there are some technical issues going on here. Sometimes I see like a lot of the lighting sometimes will like flicker and stuff like that.
It's not perfect, but
no, it's definitely not. I mean,
I don't have
so much going on here though. With the attention to detail they put into this game. Like, yeah, of course, there's going to be fucking technical issues.
Hogwarts,
I actually think it's very impressive how well it runs considering all the shit that's going on.
Game's huge.
Yeah, man, and it's just kind of amazing how like you can seamlessly do the open world. There was a part where I realized the open world is fucking huge. Like it's big. Like going into it, I assumed like Hogwarts is half the map, and then the other half the map is like outside stuff. No, not at fucking all. Like Hogwarts is like 15% of the map, and it's like there's just so much going on out there. And it's really cool how you can.
The castle's big.
Yeah, the castle's fucking huge. I mean, like it feels like a legitimate lived-in castle, you know what I mean? And then like when you go out and just like being able to like seamlessly head out of Hogwarts, get on your broom, ride into town, get out of town with the broom, and then just walk back into Hogwarts without load screens. Like it really feels like next gen. Like I can't believe this is gonna somehow run on PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah, I can't wait to get a broom and actually be able to do that. That sounds cool.
No, it really is.
Yeah, I don't have probably as much to say as you would, because I have not actually played it a ton. I want to get to more.
Yeah, I'm probably like 16-ish hours in. It actually keeps track with your save time. Like
I noticed that
you load up the saves. Yeah, and it doesn't count when you're in the pause menu, which I fucking love because every game counts when you're in the pause menu. So I never know my exact time because I leave my games on pause for like 24 hours straight. And so it's like every
suspended.
Like, dude, when that the PlayStation thing came out for this year, and it said I had like 54 hours in Alan Wake. I was like, okay, I did not play Alan Wake for 54 hours. There's not even enough content in that fucking game, But yeah, I'm having a great time with it thus far. I'm starting to see some of the problems with it. I think a lot of the side quests are very fetch questy. It's a lot of, hey, go get this for me real quick. And okay, it's in a cave and there's some goblins in there you got to fight. Pick that up, go back, talk to them again. Some of the stories are very cool around them. I'm actually enjoying the side quest stories more than I'm enjoying the main story.
Interesting.
Yeah, the main story, I don't know if it's just because I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan. I'm not like super into it. It's interesting and like I want to see what happens next, but I'm not like dying to play the next main mission or anything. But I'm actually really enjoying the game's combat. I actually think it's very fun. And I like all the different spells they give you and stuff like that. And Daniel, you said last week maybe they give you a system so you can switch out your loadouts. You know what I mean?
Like a loadout.
Yeah, and they do, and you end up getting 4 different loadouts. Cool. Yeah, which is very cool, awesome touch. Because I was suggesting last week that they you get it through upgrades eventually. You're not there yet. You'll see it in like a couple hours.
I mean physically. Like, how are you changing? Your loadout?
So you just hold R2 and then press 1 on the D-pad. You just
okay.
So like you'll have 4 different loadouts each for the different arrows on the D-pad, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which is very nice because I was suggesting they added a weapon wheel last week, but they don't need it now because this is just perfect. And there's just so many cool different powers. There's like the ones that are for like convenient stuff. Obviously the light one, and then the reparo one where you just repair different shit.
I just got that.
Yeah, if you come across like a broken bridge or whatever, there's stuff like that. So like I'll have like different loadouts. Like I'll have one that's like the convenient stuff like that, and then I'll have one that's for combat. You eventually get the, I don't want to spoil it too much, but like you get the room of requirement, and you can like customize that how you want. It's actually like a really cool feature. Yeah. And you can like put potion tables where you want and stuff. So there's a bunch of powers around that too. And then I haven't unlocked the 4th loadout yet, so I'm not entirely sure. I'll probably just make that another combat one so I can switch between more things. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the game thus far. The attention to detail is just incredible in this game. Like it really does remind me of Red Dead and GTA, and just like that level of attention to detail and the random stuff you'll come across. Like I just did one thing where I was just walking around the school, and these kids like accidentally made one of their friends float. And the kid's like screaming, he's freaking out. He's like, "How the fuck am I gonna get down from here?" And he's like, "Fuck." And the other kids are like, "Well, don't worry about it. We did this to someone else last week, and it only lasted for 7 days or whatever." And the kid's like, 7 days, and he's just floating higher and higher. It's just like that. You just come across just random shit like that. I love the ghosts around Hogwarts and stuff.
Yeah,
always fucking around with kids and then like chasing each other and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm trying to think what else I want to say here. I don't want to spoil too much for you guys.
So you know me at this point. Are the side quests worth me doing, or can I just do the game?
Like I said, I think there's a lot of really cool, interesting stories around the side quests. So you get to know a lot of the characters a lot more through the side quests and stuff like that. But no, I would say it's your typical open world. You don't really need to focus on the side quest too much. Again, if you want to get to know this, like a lot of the students
or a character.
Yeah, exactly. Like a lot of the students you'll meet throughout Hogwarts, you'll get side quests for them throughout the game, right? And you'll get more backstory for their characters through the different side quests and stuff like that. So if you want to know more about the characters, yeah, I definitely would. But I wouldn't say they're the best missions in the game by any means. It's a lot of the same stuff. Go here, go in this cave, fight these goblins, pick up the item, go back.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I've only met really like one person, other student that
I like a lot of the students. Like a lot of the
I've only met one for a longer period of time. You take one to the town and that's it.
Oh,
like the other ones I've only had conversations.
Did you say Natty?
Yes,
Natty's a really cool character.
I like her so far, but they wanted me to take Sebastian. I don't care about Sebastian.
Oh, dude, you're gonna come to love Sebastian. Maybe you won't, but like, dude, there's a couple of missions. Yeah, like Sebastian actually gets really cool. I felt the same thing. Like, oh, here's the asshole student.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Be a bully to everyone. No, they changed his character pretty dramatically. There's actually like a really like heartfelt side mission with Sebastian.
Okay, cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah. And then Natty's really cool because her mom's one of the professors, and you like get to learn a little bit through their side quests, like where they came from. And I guess there's like other wizard schools in this world, which I had no idea.
I had a piece of dialogue when you first talked to Natty.
Yeah, she touches on it a little bit. Yeah.
She went to a different school.
And it's like that sounds really cool, and you get to talk to them more about that and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really enjoying the game thus far. I think I wonder how repetitive it's going to end up feeling with all these different side quests and stuff. I've kind of just been doing more main missions lately because I don't want to get like too deep into the side quests. We'll see if I want to platinum it come the time I beat it. But yeah, thus far, I'm enjoying myself.
Cool. Yeah.
The game's so fucking big too.
Like, I'm just shocked that this is as big as it is.
Dude, the size of it is just nuts. Like, because there was a point where I had to go to a different town. And like I never did the zoom out on the map thing until this point. And then I was like, wait, there's another town. And then I zoom out even more, and I just kept going. And I was like, holy fuck, this game's huge. And it just, it's just really impressive. Maybe it's too big. Like it might be a little bloated in certain areas, but thus far I'm feeling okay with it.
Yeah, they could have just made the game Hogwarts, just the school. Yeah. Maybe a little bit else, and that's all. That's
what I thought it was. Like I thought it'd just be Hogsmeade where that is, and then Hogwarts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could have just left it that because there's enough secrets and stuff there. Like you'll be surprised how much shit you find in Hogwarts, just in general. Like how many people send you on a mission through Hogwarts and stuff like that, and all of a sudden you'll find like a secret dungeon or something like that in the basement, or like you go up in the attic and there's like another dungeon up there and stuff. And it's really impressive how much they put into it.
Yeah, I'm excited to keep playing because this feels like a game that I've always wanted as a big Harry Potter fan, So
yeah, if you're a Harry Potter fan, I would consider it a must play. Like you have to at least check this out, at least the first like few hours just to see it.
I hope the main story is good.
Yeah, it's like
it's pretty slow starting so far.
Yeah, it is pretty slow starting. I like the opening, but I'm not like super intrigued by the main story. There's parts of it where I'm intrigued by, but like there's not really any characters attached to the main story that I'm like super in love with. It doesn't really seem
I
like
like Professor Fig.
See, I don't he's fine. Like he's not bad, but yeah, I wish they kind of involved the other students more into the main story because it just kind of seems like thus far it's just you and Professor Fig and then like some other characters that relate to the main story that I don't want to spoil, but yeah.
Is that all you've been playing?
That's it, man. I really want to get to Metroid Prime Remastered, but you know, I gotta be Hogwarts first.
Next week we got a few games coming out.
Oh, don't remind me.
We got
Atomic Heart, and then Like a Dragon Ishin is also coming out.
Like a Dragon Ishin.
Yeah.
That's
PSVR if you're getting that.
Yeah, that's true. That there's a lot of stuff coming out next week.
What's your plan there?
That's a good question. Like Atomic, I don't know. I want to play all three of these games.
Atomic Heart, I mean, obviously I'm just waiting for reviews. It's gonna be
Me
on
too.
Game Pass anyway, so I'll just download it and check it out no matter what. But we'll see if I'm gonna commit to that based on reviews.
Yeah. I mean, my question is Like a Dragon Ishin.
Yeah.
It's like
Good luck. It's probably gonna be a long game too.
Do I put Hogwarts down for it, or do I just like? Because I just don't have a ton of time to play.
Oof.
So
Them Wolongs like the week after that.
yeah,
Get into that, you know. Oof.
it's just too much.
Tough times. All right. Do we want to play a game?
Yeah.
I've got 10 minutes.
Okay.
10 to 10.
Okay, Sim's got 10
You
minutes.
can see how tired I've got already.
Get it done. We're gonna play 20 questions. I got a game.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
This game come out before the year 2000.
No.
Oh, I was gonna derail the podcast as well. What was I gonna say?
You always derail.
You got 10 minutes. Don't derail.
No derailing. Not before 2000.
Seems just like, you know, I just want to touch on the meaning of life. What are we all thinking? Guys, is God real? All right. Well, didn't come out before the year 2000, no. So that's it. That's all we need. I guess we can guess the game now, right?
Yeah, what is it?
Mass Effect. We did it. Good job.
Great.
Got me. Okay. Did this game come out before the year 2010?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. 2000s game. Know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
I know what
You know what I mean?
If he knows
That
what you mean, and I know what you mean, and we both know what you
I
mean. You know what I mean?
Okay. We all know what each other mean. Is this game a third-person platformer?
I think there's platforming in it. I wouldn't say it's like a third-person platformer.
Okay.
Is this game Nintendo exclusive?
No.
It's not Metroid or Mount in a bit. Good
Did
luck.
this
That's
game
the-
originally release on the OG Xbox?
OG.
No.
Okay.
It's not Stop the Zombie.
It's not.
It's not Stubbs the Zombie. Shout out to Stubbs the Zombie.
Not
Shout-
Pix the Cat.
Shout out.
Do you remember Vex? Did you ever play Vex?
You remember
I
Gex?
remember Gex. Yeah.
baby.
No,
he was a
Vex.
fucking horny lizard. He was.
He is a horny lizard. Can't blame him. He got a big old tail. You know what I mean?
Gecko.
Get that tail up in there. We're at 5 questions already. Where'd they go? Jesus.
It is to yourself.
I guess.
is
Yeah.
so-
I blame Sims. I blame
blame
Sims.
me.
He derailed it. You know.
You'd been tearing up some lists now, having a great time.
Okay. There's platforming elements. Great. Did this game originally come out on the Xbox 360?
No.
Wow.
Just a Nintendo DS. I don't know.
Why didn't you answer that
What
question?
year we said? Because I didn't say
Is
it.
that- I
out
mean,
loud.
He didn't
I
ask the
didn't say it. I
question.
didn't say
He
it.
asked the Nintendo DS
No,
thing.
no,
Do you
I
want me
didn't.
to?
No.
I thought you guys were just discussing.
So what
I
we're
didn't
saying?
take that
What
as
we got 2000 to 2010, yeah.
Yeah. And it didn't come out originally on the Xbox or 360. So is this a PlayStation exclusive?
Yes.
Oh, okay, interesting. Did this game originally come out on the PS3?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So it's an exclusive to PS3. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Is this a
Is
first
it-
party PlayStation game?
No.
Is this game directed by Hideo Kojima?
No.
Metal Gear Solid 3, I'm out.
That wasn't a PS3 game. That was a bad question. Bad.
It
too.
was?
No,
Metal Gear
it
Solid
wasn't.
4. 4 then. Metal Gear Solid 4.
4 came out in 2010. No, it didn't come out in
2008, I
2008.
think.
Never mind. Okay. You're
Yeah.
All
He's in,
right.
he's in the ballpark. He's in the
Except
ballpark.
for-
all
yeah.
right question. Um,
It's not first party, is it? It's Konami.
there's platforming elements. Interesting. This is a action game, slashing shit.
I'd say so. Yeah.
Okay.
Slashing shit. Slashing shit. Dante's
Did
Inferno. Remember Dante's
Mike-
Inferno?
does
That was a great
Microsoft
game.
currently own this team?
The girls like just squirting
Yes, they do.
babies out of a tit.
Hmm.
Remember that? No one's listening to what I'm
What's
saying.
I heard everything you said. Some.
Do you remember though? Do you remember that fight scene?
Yeah.
You just
yeah.
squirted the babies out of titties. I'm like, what the fuck? Ah!
Yeah. What a weird game.
My mom walked in. I'm like,
is
yo, I
the
can
word
explain.
sword in the title of this game?
Yes.
Is this game Heavenly Sword?
Heavenly Sword.
It is Heavenly Sword. It was
It's out
developed by
there
Ninja
with
Theory.
I assumes.
Published
I knew.
by
I knew. I knew
Sony.
anyway.
Released September 12th, 2007. Kind of in that fall. That fall was massive. There's so much in that fall. This game kind of
2007.
got buried. The game's Heavenly Sword, which actually had an animated movie. I didn't play the game or watch the movie, but there was a movie for it. I think let me see in here if it tells when it came out.
Who's trying to start the call?
Oh, it was animated. Oh, they also had an animated series, is what this is saying. Or maybe it was in the works. But the movie came out in
That's what I was going to derail the
2014?
podcast with.
Weird. Yeah, Heavenly Sword.
You both need to watch Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
You know, I've been hearing that movie's really good.
That film is.
I do wanna watch it.
fucking dope.
Is it? Huh.
Like I'm talking levels of Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah,
That-
that's what I've
that
seen.
levels
So
of
I would
it.
like to watch it.
It's fucking sick.
You guys remember that other game Team Ninja made? Was it Enslaved Odyssey to the West?
Yeah, it's a great game.
Yeah, that is a good game.
We talk.
I
About
told
that.
you this
We talk
before.
about that game a lot on this podcast.
Do we? We
Yeah,
must talk
Enslaved
about
is a great
anyone in
game.
the world.
Andy Serkis comes on the screens and stuff. I tell you this every time. They did a game. They
Every
did a
time.
game before they were even Ninja Theory. Same team, same guy, called Kung Fu Chaos. It's a
Ooh.
party game that I love back in the original Xbox, back in the day.
They also
I
made
wanna-
that Devil May Cry game.
They did, and that actually probably one of the best combat systems in any character action game of all time.
I never
Devil May
beat
Cry
it.
one?
It's pretty cool though.
No,
there's, like, the
DMC Devil May
reboot.
Cry. Its combat system is top tier, and no one has made it feel that good before.
You
Just that
remember Devil May Cry 2?
Yeah, I
That's
played
the
it.
first time
I beat
tasted the
that
spirit.
game. I beat that game.
Was
That final
disappointed.
boss sucks.
I remember playing number 1 and I was like, oh, I'll wait for number 2. 2 discs, male and female. So
What was her name? Lucia or something like that?
nobody cares.
Yeah, she was a bad character. She was a
Nobody
bad
gives a
character.
shit.
That's going to do it for the Nerd Guys podcast, episode 158. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/nerdicguys. You can also find us available on all audio platforms. Guys, anything else you want to say? Sims, you want to derail us one last time?
I'm tie-tie now.
Tie. Okay, cool. Thank God we tired him out. Fucking shit. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.